Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday.
Hello. Hello, everybody. How's it going
Welcome
today?
to.
What are y'all up to? What are you doing?
See, who do we have in chat? We got Larry, we got Herb,
What's
we got
everybody up?
JoJo for swimming, and Chris K. How's everybody today? How are you doing today?
Oh, and Jeanette. I see Jeanette there too.
There's Jeanette. Sorry, my love. Didn't mean to bypass you. Happy Sunday. Happy Hack. Happy Hack Sunday. Welcome to another day of beautiful hat making. I believe you got something in the mail to help you make hats. You care to show it off?
No,
Hey,
no, I didn't.
Sarah. Hey, Adele.
I have to figure it out
Okay,
before I
that was
show it
Adele.
off.
All right.
I I have to figure it out before I show it off. I'm gonna do like 40 hats in like today now.
Yay.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how long it takes me to make a hat. Adele, Sarah, Jeanette's been invisible today. You've been working with that camouflage yarn again. You have, haven't you? That's why we would be able to see you.
I was just scrolling fast. So my apologies, Miss Jenny. You're never invisible, honey.
So
Never
I got
invisible.
a new centro. I get a new centro, so now I got to figure it out and see how many hats I can make today. So fast I can rip off a hat.
There you go. Be as fast as Connie. Be as fast as Connie. I am still working on the hat from, was it yesterday? Yeah. I think I started it on Thursday and put it down.
Yeah, you started Thursday night, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were working on it a little bit, but
Yeah, I touched it a little bit yesterday. So I just need to get it done. It should work up pretty quick if I just do it. What's everybody been working on the last roughly 24 hours since we last seen everybody?
not much. Not much at all. Oh, Chris says she's making a lakeside beanie
Yeah, this one doesn't have a name.
to wear
That's
by the
just
lake in the wear by the lake in the wear by the lake in the summertime. Do people go to the lake in the wintertime?
yeah, to go trout
Not
fishing.
much swimming going on though. Well, unless you're a polar bear.
Not a polar bear.
Adele, TMI,
Mm.
making a pocket monster.
What is a pocket
Hey,
monster?
Jen, how's it going?
What is a pocket monster?
It's something you put in your pocket that you can play with when you're bored.
There's Jen. How are you, sweet? Good to see you, darling.
Jessica, is Facebook group to have all hats of all kinds and all Facebook postings? We're thinking just basically try and keep it related to the happy hats and anything you make for the happy hats.
Correct.
Plus, when we throw like
Hey, Freya.
the streams on. So.
Yes. I do know, like our group part of it, we won't get outside advertisements like we do on the page. Our page will have like outside ads pop up and other postings, like Nelson Woods had some postings come up on our page part of it, but on the group should be just people that are in the group. We shouldn't have any outside content. So no advertisements, no yarns and such. But I kind of need the page in order to futuristically stream the lives over to there, because you can't stream lives in groups anymore. So I was going to get rid of the Happy Hats page, but I kind of need it, unfortunately. And I was trying to add the countdown or count up, whatever, a little thermometer that kind of keeps track of where we're at. But the one that was sent my way wasn't as free as they wanted it to be. Like, it's like, oh, here's the free version, and the free version doesn't give me the options that it says that I should have. So I will continue to do some research and find one that we can use. Because it would be nice to keep the progress. Because there's got to be a free one. And it would be nice if I can have one that would be able to go onto the Facebook page to where everybody can add to it. So we might be able to get one. Just a maybe. So I'll dive into that one. So Sarah says, hey, Trey, welcome in, darling. That is not what Sarah says. Sarah says, I last counted 13 hats, 3 washcloths, and 3 or 4 scarves for you guys. And I've made a few more since. That's phenomenal, Sarah. Thank you. That's awesome. Ooh, Trey says, my birthday will be in exactly 3 weeks, 1 week after Easter Sunday. I didn't know if there were filters for posts there that would allow you to have group info only. Yeah, if it's in the group, it should be group info only. The only ones that can post is group members. But anybody, you're more than welcome to invite anybody to the group. Where's Jeanette? Jeanette, how many hats have you done today? I'm going to say she's probably done 14 hats today.
Today alone.
Today alone. Oh, amazing.
She just take guesses on how much she does in a course of one day. Oh, she's got a fancy central. Hers has a counter on it. So I'm watching central YouTube video. She's got a counter on hers that tells you how much yarn goes through it. Mine doesn't have that. Gosh, see, Jeanette says 15. Hey, Jesse, how's it going today? What are you up to?
Oh, hey, Jesse. I have your yarn.
Well, Sarah, you got to throw some pictures up there for us.
There's some pictures.
Oh, that's fine.
And hey, Mandy. Oh, hot, cold, cold, hot, cold. I think I'm going to try to get this hat finished, and then I got to go through some yarn. But yeah, Jesse, I have and my Dollar Tree had the Premier black, and then also had the Brightheart black, both for $5. But the one that I grabbed you, which was the Premier, had like 50 more yards on it than the other one. So I went ahead and grabbed you the Premier. And I only got one. So they only had one of the Premiers. And it came like 974 yards. I don't know, a lot of yards. Just the 1 pound, like 14 ounces. Hey, Jeff. But the first Dollar Tree that I went to, I have two that are real super close. And the first one I went to, they didn't have any. But the second one pulled through. And they only had the black, though. Which I didn't grab any of the black any of the times that I went. So I'm like, I can get the black and the white, but I didn't realize the size on them. Oh, not doing terrible. Not doing terrible. Jeff, how are you today? Could be doing worse. Could be doing better. Same old, same old.
Could be doing worse. Could be doing better.
Yep. Ditto. Ditto. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have a big neighbor just like you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Lovers together, we might as well say, oh, would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Yeah, don't ask. Facebook issues. Facebook.
Facebook issues. Shut you on your own account again. Jeff. You got so many problems with Facebook. I don't know how you deal with it. It would just peeve me off all the time.
Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Coffee. This will help with a little bit of an attitude adjustment. Maybe. Steph, it sounds like you just need to get rid of Facebook. Like, break up that relationship, because this doesn't seem to be as a working out.
Yeah, honestly, I think Jeff, I think you need to just restart your Facebook and your YouTube under one new account and just deal with the settings that we're going to give you and don't touch them at all ever.
Let's see. Chris K sent a pretty picture. Maybe. Let's see. Mm, 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 mm. Oh, I just took me to the page. Oh. I don't know what I'm saying. Nobody say nothing.
Nope, nobody say nothing at all. Where's everybody at today? Everybody must be busy. Everybody's at church. Annie and Joe must be at church. Must be.
I didn't get time to deal with that. Jeff said, missed your school cell live. What did you make?
What's that? Oh my!
Jeff wants to
What was I
know
doing?
what
Oh,
you made.
I was working on Chris Kaleidoscope's sign that she passed. She wants a plaque that she won. Yeah, so I was working on that yesterday.
Did you spell kaleidoscope right?
Yes, I spelled kaleidoscope. I double checked it 3 times with a proper dictionary, an American one.
Double checked it 3 times. What the
Yep.
hell math is that?
That means I looked at the way she
Like
spells her
double check.
name. I looked at the way she spells her name. I looked in the dictionary. I looked back and forth between those, and then I checked online and spelled it online, and made sure it came out properly. And then I checked it with her name again.
I was getting ready to say, what if the dictionary spells it different than the way she does it? What if she
So
was
then
being silly with
I would tell her and tell her she spells. I tell her she spells it wrong then.
it? So there you have it, Jeff. A little more progress on work in progress. Oops, pressing buttons. Ooh, buttons are fun to press. Da 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 da. It is quite the quiet afternoon. I wouldn't have thought that after I went to Walmart today. Oh my gosh, you would think there's like some kind of massive snowstorm on the horizon. And I think they like let everybody out of their house in my town all at the same damn time, and they all went to Walmart. Like you had to wait in line to get to the milk. And Walmart has like 7 doors for milk. It was ridiculous. I hate Walmart. I freaking hate Walmart. I mean, granted, we do have snow on the way, but a dusting, maybe. That part is like 3 days ago, it was 85 degrees. 85 degrees 5 days ago. Snow on Monday. Jeff says I'm moving to Canada. Don't do it, Jeff. You'll move back real fast. I'm teasing. Ooh, Sarah got some pom-poms. I've got some pom-pom makers. Now, I've made a pom-pom not using a pom-pom maker. And it worked out pretty good, but then I got them on sale. So I ended up grabbing them, I think. But I haven't tried them yet. Chris says I double-checked 3 times, too. There's Joe. Hey, JoJo.
Hey.
Says, I'm on YouTube more now than being on Facebook. Free stuff. 4 accounts. That's on back. Yeah, I mean, I'm still
Looks
learning.
like somebody got a Centro or Addy going.
Yeah, someone did. Yay, them. I'm not going to show it off yet until they figure it out, apparently. But it's an Addy. Or a Centro. It's pink. Which is really cool. So.
Cool.
It's a Centro.
There you go, Annie. Hey, Annie. Hey, JoJo.
Howdy ho.
Hey, Annie. Hey, John. Hey, everybody in chat.
So enthusiastic today.
Oh.
John, you didn't start with waste yarn? Did you see the new feet you can get for those on Temu? It's got the non-skids. They're a broader foot.
Start what?
It hooks. It's different. It's like a
Didn't start what?
platform
You
that the
dropped
intro
for a
goes
second.
to, and it doesn't slide, and it raises it up higher. I was thinking about getting some for mine. We do that next week. Hey, everybody in chat. Do you think my grandbaby gave me a bug? And yes, John, I generally start with waste yarn, and that way you have a more even. It's easier to get a hold of the loops when you go to sew them together. But that's just a me thing.
Hey, Lana. Long time no see, sweetheart. I was actually going to give you a little poke later today to figure out how you've been doing.
No, I can buy all the fancy stuff after.
Well, the waste yarn's not really fancy stuff. It just makes the job easier at the end.
What do you mean the waste yarn?
I start out with waste yarn, and then you pick it out. So when you go to sew the 2 ends together for the hat, it's easier to make sure you've got all of your loops. You don't have to do it that way. It's just the way I do it.
Jeff, it's crazy you said that because we actually had some pretty big protests in town yesterday as well.
Okay.
And not really sure.
Actually, they said we had a big protest in Huntington yesterday.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to dive too much into it, but yeah, apparently it was pretty freaking big over here. And I mean, we don't have that many people. I mean, all the people we have in town were at Walmart today. Swear to God.
Well, you know Walmart on Sunday anyway.
It was ridiculous. I had to fucking wait in line to get to the milk. And look,
I know.
they were
Well,
everywhere. Like
don't y'all have snow coming?
a very little bit. We have a sprinkle. You would think that like
Doesn't matter. People hear the S word and lose their freaking minds.
It's ridiculous. I mean, like we were at 85 degrees just on Tuesday and Wednesday.
When we had, we're looking at our second blizzard. A coworker, it's when I was working at Kroger's, and one of my coworkers and I were in the produce department, back like in the background, you know, where you do all the work.
Right.
And we're talking, and she was like, "Well, crap." She said, "Look at the shelves," because the bread shelves were right there beside produce back then. She said, "Good thing we both now know how to make bread," she said, "or we'd be SOL by the time we get off work." And I said, "Yeah," and this woman comes busting back there. "We know you have bread hidden." Like, yeah, no, we don't.
Wow, really?
Eat bread. They deliver the bread every day.
Right.
We deliver the bread. Oh, shit. That wasn't good.
What?
You know, most people don't realize that
Flat.
the bread companies are the ones that stock the shelves, not the store.
Yeah. Heiner's delivered our bread. Heiner's was the, and then of course, well, I mean, on our trucks, Kroger has their own brand of bread, and bread came on our trucks. Otherwise,
Well, yeah.
Sara Lee, Heiner's, all of them, they come in and stock the bread themselves. But what we was talking about is how to make bread. You know, you keep around here, you keep flour and yeast always. And my fault, these citified women don't know how to make their own damn bread.
Right. Hey, Tracy, welcome in, darling. Good to see you on this gloomy Sunday.
Yeah, the S word and people's brains don't mix.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, they go crazy.
And sorry for diving on y'all last. Me and Sis video chatted and worked on crochet projects until almost midnight. She needed to.
Cool.
She has made 8 washcloths and 8 soap sacks so far since Thursday.
That's phenomenal.
She had an idea that she was bouncing off of me about using elastic in the top of the soap sacks and then just make a little hangy string for him to hang it up to dry. She said that way you don't have to worry about the soap falling out because you put it in and the elastic would pull it in at the top. Actually wasn't a bad idea.
It's not. And elastic's not that expensive either. And easy to use.
She sews all the time and she says, "I have all this elastic," and I was like, "Hey, wonder if I could use that." And I was like, all I can say is try it.
Right.
See how it works. Although I would not suggest using hair bands because hair bands will dry out and rot eventually. But this was like clothing elastic, so it's meant to be washed.
Could you share the update on that when she's done?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, I told her to take pictures and send them to me because that's what I was like, I'm supposed to be taking pictures of my hats. And she goes, "Oh, well, go ahead and do it." I was like, "No," I said, "You're more important than this. I can take an hour or two to spend with you. So we can always take hats at another time."
Absolutely.
She said it was amazing how much she was missing him. I was like, I know. She's not used to being alone. She has never, ever been alone in her life. Like, in all of her 66 years, she's never been alone. That's part of adjustment to make. Because even after her divorce, she was living with her son, so she was not truly alone.
Right. There was always somebody there.
Yeah. And it's an adjustment. John, that looks really damn good. And
I said for my first knitting job, eh?
Yeah, no, I'm serious because mine had all kinds of drop stitches and stuff when I did my first one. You're doing good.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out how long it should be.
24 rows. Do you have a counter? Like a row counter?
No.
I don't know I don't think I ever measured one of mine. I know it's 124 rows is what they suggest. I would do it until
124.
124. Yeah. I would do it until you can like pull the bottom part back up to the needles, and it measures 8.5 inches, because that's how tall a regular hat would be. So I'm gonna say 17 inches if you're measuring. That's just a rough estimate. I need some daylight in here. What little there is. Oh, yeah, that's better. Hi, Jeanette.
Hi, Jeanette, Tracy, whoever else. I don't see chat right now.
We got Mary and Larry and Tracy and Deacon Jen and Jeanette and Herb was here.
Oh,
And
We'll just hello everyone.
yep. Heidi ho.
Adele was here. And Sarah is here. And Jeff. I think I touched everybody.
The same
Trey
call
was here, but I'm
this
pretty
morning.
sure.
I may be going to pick him up and bringing him home because he has a temperature of 103. And he said he was finding it hard to have the energy to just sit up and drink water.
Oh, that's no good.
No.
And Tammy's in the house. Welcome in, Miss Tammy. Happy Sunday to everybody.
But at least this
And
time
Adele. Of course, she's allergic.
Yeah, you'll have a house full of sickies.
well, better to have a house full of sickies than having them all the way across the county where I have to worry about it, nobody being there with them.
Bada.
I told him not to be going down there because his stairs are really steep to get to the front door. I said, don't be going down those stairs when you got a temperature that high. I said, you'll get dizzy really quick. Lona says, Jess, can you send me an updated invoice? I'll be sending the balance in a couple of days.
Absolutely, Rootley.
Hey. I was singing your song earlier, rolling in the deep. Oh, I love Adele.
Absolutely, Miss Lana. Actually, we get to play with some yarn today because I got to sort my cotton. I got to get all my cotton out.
Well, I finished one hat last night with Seth and started a new one.
I thought I had all my cotton today. Apparently, I don't. And then I need to work on my hat too. But
oh, I know, Adele. That is one of my favorites. And the grandbaby likes it too because we dance to it all the time. Because, you got to have those kitchen dance parties when you're cooking. Tammy wants to know, Jess, when's the next time you're going to Joann's again? I'm surprised that they haven't all closed already.
Oh, no, mine still keeps getting new yarn.
Ours isn't.
Heck, I can go tonight, Miss Tammy. I can always go to Joann's.
Are you pulling a hat out?
No, I'm just pulling the yarn out of the...
Well, I was going to say, you were doing so good on that. Why are you pulling it out?
No, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Adele, me and my sister, when we was talking last night, we was talking about that because we cannot wait for our mom to go to the grocery store and we could have the house to ourselves and we could dance while we was cleaning house and cooking and stuff.
Here, I'll leave it like this. Do you think this hat would
It's a yarmulke.
perfect, right?
It's a yarmulke.
Yarmulke. And it's actually fully kind of snug on the head. I think I'm going to have to do an increase for this next one because it almost feels like it's squeezing my brain.
Tammy has a message for you.
Let me know, and that doesn't mean that I couldn't go shopping. You tell me what you want to spend. I'll go shopping. You pay me later. And if for some odd reason that didn't work out, then I have none to tell.
Hey, Joe, how come live with you feel better?
Do what?
I said, I'll come stay with you till I feel better.
Sure.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh, yeah, Adele, because my mother did not allow any kind of music except for, and now we're talking 50s, 60s, and 70s country, because, you know, this was in the 70s. Never allowed to play rock and roll in a house when my parents was home because neither one of them liked it, except for Elvis. We were allowed to listen to Elvis.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah, they're really strict about their music. Or big band, classical, which not a big deal because I love big band music and I love classical music. So, you know, it's what you grow up with. And
Yeah.
jazz, we weren't allowed to listen to jazz because it was music for another country. We'll just put it that way in their opinion. So we were not allowed to listen to that when they were home, although I absolutely love jazz. Hey, Tracy.
Thank you, Tiff. Thank you, Tiff. Tracy's here. Thank you, here. Tracy's here. Thank you,
I
Tiff.
am so glad that people's perceptions of things have changed over the years, especially mine. Hey, Larry.
Jojo, this is what happened to me last night. I laid my head down and then I fell asleep on you guys.
We know you did.
Twice.
Not me. I propped my
We
pillow
know.
up and slept up against the head of the bed last night and then slid down
Yeah.
at some point.
We'd be calling your name after she's sleeping.
And then I woke up.
After a little bit, I'm here. And then we asked you something, and I was like, we asked you a question, and you didn't answer, and I was like, she's not really here.
I'm here.
No, you may not. No, you were not.
Jeanette said that Matt sent her a box of hats in the mail.
Yay!
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Who did?
Matt. And Crocheter.
Who did?
Matt. Matt man. Matt man. He's got okay, I just gave him a theme song. So every time anybody sees Matt.
How much caffeine have you had today?
This, a lot.
Yeah, I can tell.
Adele, I will honestly say, and this is including even black metal and death metal, I love all music except polka. I do not like polka. Sorry, I just don't. If you do, more power to you, but no. Nothing.
Let me know when
peppy.
Let me know when you go to Joanne's.
To me?
Yeah.
Okay, because I also have a box to send to you anyway. I can always add 2.
It depends if they have anything at Joanne's.
Oh my God. And actually, the last time I went, I should have went today. They have yarn that I've never seen before. I think it was called Denver James or Danver James or James Denver. Danver. I don't remember. I took a picture of it, I thought. But then I also got a few different kinds of Lion Brand yarn that I've never seen before.
And cross your fingers, y'all. So far, we haven't got that 2 inches of rain, just some light sprinkling showers, which I can totally
Oh,
handle.
that's good.
Well,
Not
unfortunately,
clean
just
up the
wait.
flag. Huh?
I apologize, Annie. I'm sending it your way. We've so
No,
far had
no,
we've
no.
had 9 inches
Keep
in
it.
3 days. So it's coming your way. They say sharing is caring, so I thought, right?
If anybody is interested in getting the adapter for your attic, get it from Timu. Do not buy it on Amazon. It's like half
Okay.
the price on Timu, and it's the exact same thing that I bought on Amazon. Yep,
Oh,
half the price on Timu.
so here's the yarn at Joann's that I've seen that I've never seen or heard of before. Draper James, Draper James, and they had like 4 or 5 different colors last weekend.
That is a beautiful red.
Oh my goodness, it was so pretty. They had the red, the green, and the green was like a I don't know if it's gonna make sense, but like an evergreen green. And what I mean like that, it was like a deep dark green, but still a little bright at the same time. If that
That
makes sense.
is a color I need to get in my stash because I actually have red, which kind of shocking. I used it all 1 year for Christmas hats, and I just never replenished it. Fiber Spider, Jeanette says, is making lap afghans. Like, that's what my sister's going to start on next week. She wanted to get some washcloths and soap sacks. Those are just easier for her to work on at the hospital. She don't want something that's going to be dragging the floor, germy place, hospitals.
Right. Actually, after the live, I can make a quick. I think our Joanne's closes at 8 or 9 o'clock. I can do a quick run up there, and we can do a shopping trip because I've gone in there ever since they said that they were going to close. I've now gone in there. I'm going to say 4, 5, maybe even 6 separate times. Every time I've gone in, they've always had brand new stuff, brand new yarn. I mean, they're out of like a lot of the hooks are gone. They do still have some of the prim hooks, but they're still wanting like almost $5, $6 a hook, which is ridiculous. But yeah, new yarn every time I go. The thing that sucks is there's still prices on the yarn until you get up to the counter. Because even when you scan it through the app will give you a price, but it could be completely different by the time you get up because it's actually the liquidator's price. So the thing is this is the liquidators making their money back. Joann's is gone. Joann's no longer exists. If they have the vortex, now I have the purple, the black, and the gray vortex that I purchased a few trips ago. But yet, and I think I've got two different kinds of vortex candy. I think it's like the stringy one. I'd have to go in there to get it. Stuff that I haven't purchased because I thought it was senseless. They have like an entire aisle of the Big Twist 1 pound plus in white. No other colors, but white. But then all kinds of little odds and ends of other stuff. And nothing too bougie. They did have the Mako cotton. I believe the Mako cotton was still like $7.40, whatever the prices are, 46,
Damn.
however they end it, because it's still only 25% off. They haven't put, and that's why I tried to apply because they were offering an additional 30% off for employees. Well, by the time I applied, they already had all the help. I'm like, well, yeah, freaking, could you imagine 55% off on the yarn?
Yeah, that would be nice.
I wouldn't be able to walk through my house. I'd be like, I'll take that case, I'll take that case, I'll take that case. It would have been ridiculous. Let me go see what vortex I have. And yeah, Tammy, I can do that for you. And then Tammy, if you're not against it, just to save on shipping, I do vacuum seal the yarn. One, it saves everybody on the size of the package and the cost of the package.
I'm back.
And welcome back. And I've weighed the yarn by itself in a bag and sucked all the air out of it and put it in a bag, and it's definitely a lot lighter.
Can I interrupt for a minute, Jess?
Pretty please.
John, pull your hat up, pull the center up, and roll it like a donut, and you won't have as much drag. If you have too much drag, you're going to start dropping stitches.
Andrew was
Sick.
weak as you say was, like he's got footy.
I know, and I told him if you need me to, I'll come get him and bring him here. Because he don't need to stay by himself.
Yeah.
Not with the temperature that high.
All right, I shall be right back.
Okay.
And yeah, that one does not look like it. I mean, it looks like some of them drop stitches all the time, and this one looks like it works really good. So is it the speed that's making the difference, the machine making a difference, or the yarn making a difference?
I'm going to be honest. I know everybody says they use a 4-weight. I have more luck with 3 weights on the Addy. The 4 weights seem to just hang. So I'm going to say yarn maybe, because that's nice and smooth. I mean, it's not chattering. It's not jerking at all. So
Yeah, I mean, I understand the machine's pretty new, but
or a combination of that particular machine and the yarn. Because
and the yarn.
the Addy with 4-weight, it's not that smooth. That's why I said I prefer the 3-weight. But that's just me. I know a lot of people use 4-weight on them and don't have a bit of problem.
And this one's not so loud at all.
Yeah. Mine's not that loud. I mean, it is to me because I'm sitting right up on top of it. But when I video chatted with my sister doing it, she said it's not that loud.
Now, which one's cheaper, the Addy or the Centro? The Addy's cheaper than
Or
the
the Centro.
right?
I'm sorry, I have a Centro. That the Centro is way cheaper than the Addy.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
know that was my bad. I knew
the
this
Central,
was
the Central's about 60 and the Addy's about 300.
Yeah.
Isn't
Addy's
it great,
really
Steve?
expensive.
What?
But isn't the Addy isn't the Addy metal though?
No. Just like
So it's
that.
plastic as well.
Yep.
So this, well, okay. That
So
doesn't
again,
make
you're
sense.
paying for the name.
You're paying for the name.
Okay. Well, now.
Now I don't know about the guts of the Addy.
See, because I don't want to, now, like, yarn winders, like the Stanwood, you're not just paying for the name, but you're also paying for the product because it's also made of all metal, well, most of it.
Yeah.
Versus most winders being a lot of plastic. So it's not like the Addy has nothing to offer that the Centro doesn't come with, right?
Right.
Other than the name.
It's exactly the same. Other
Okay,
than
well,
the
yeah,
name.
bullshit. Tammy wants to know where you got it at.
Amazon.
Wow, look at our panel still up. And there's Miss Connie. We have Tracy. Trace.
Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hello, love bugs.
I'm making dog food, so I'm not on camera.
So you're here but not here? Is that what you're saying?
What?
You're here but not here?
Yeah, well, I just don't know why I can't hear you guys hardly.
Really?
My volume's all the way up.
Huh.
Jeanette says hello. I'm going to step away real fast. I'm going to go look at some yarns. Imagine that one. And then we might go to Joanne's later today.
My Centro has a counter tank.
As far as I know, that one does not.
This one does not have a counter on it.
I think you pay a little extra for the ones with the counter, but on Temu you could actually buy the counters to put on them.
Where would it hook in though?
Buy the counters to put on them.
Where would it hook in though?
I think
I'll be back, okay, guys?
Okay. I think I'll be back, okay, guys? Okay. I think I'll be back, okay, guys? Okay. She's caught in a loop. I think I'll be back, okay, guys? She's caught in a loop. Or Tracy's caught, Tracy, are you caught in a loop?
Tracy's echoing.
Tracy's caught, Tracy, are you caught in the loop?
I'm here.
You might, if you've got YouTube up too, you're echoing.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
There is it gives you directions, John.
Hey, Mona.
Hooks. There's like a pin in the bottom that it hooks to inside. I think you have to take the bottom housing off. I think there's 4 screws, and it goes up in there, and then you put the housing back on. I could be wrong. Do not quote me on that. I could be wrong. I've been watching YouTube videos because I have an older one, and I can't remember the make of it because it doesn't have any markings on it. It was just a little cheapy one I picked up at a yard sale. It doesn't have a counter, but I'd like to put a counter on it. And I noticed on TV I can buy new pins, which is also something I need.
Okay, now I actually went too far with this, so now I have to take all these stitches off. And can I like when you knit, can you frog it just like you're crocheting? Will frog out? Do I have to undo
pull it up and tell me how too far you went.
I went. This is as much yarn as I have left.
Okay, so pull it up. I know, but it was in a small skein.
Yeah, so I got one full skein on here. I got 115 rows is what I want then. Like this looks huge.
No, what you do is you put that yarn into the inside. Just drop it to the inside and start cranking. Now you can take the stitches off individually if you want. Do you want them off individually? You just want them off all at once, fold the ends together, and then pick up your loop.
There you go.
Yeah, the loops will fall off on their own. Who doesn't want any more yarn on it, Hank?
What? There's no more yarn to put on it.
Well, I mean, you can put another color on it for that matter. You can add to it.
Hey, Mona. Hey, Darcia. Mona, Darcia wants to know how's your Cherokee Purple doing.
Oh, Darcia, how's it going? I didn't see you walking.
Hi, Darcia. I haven't seen you for ages.
Welcome in. Good to see you.
Hey, Jess, I want to know when you go to Joanne's.
Now,
absolutely.
Doesn't matter which way you go, John. Generally, you want the knit side out and not the purl side. Just pull one end towards the other end.
Oh,
like
I see how it is.
To the inside. Don't pull it. You will unravel it if you pull it too hard.
Hold on a second. Let me just look at it first. It's my first hat.
If you stretch it, you pull your stitches out. That's what I'm saying.
I don't care. It's my first one. It's fine. I have to learn. So your purl side's the inside then, right? Is what you're saying? The knit side's the outside. Then knit. So the knit side is smooth and the purl side is ribbed. Does that make sense? See, this would be the inside, and this would be the outside.
Yes, the knit side is smooth. The purl side is bumpy. Sorry, I had to go see if the dog's barking at. He's talking to Mama.
Oh, Yeah, Miss Tracy, we might do a Joanne's one a little bit later here.
All right, good.
Let's see what's in the clothes.
Hey, Joe, you know how Motorboat sleeps on top of your yarn?
Yes.
Storm doesn't do that. He swats it all in the floor and makes room
Oh,
for himself.
oh, okay.
He was sitting there, and I was like, don't, and he just like pushed it off. Luckily, it landed on a bag, so it's not on the floor. But yeah, he just shoved it out of his way.
Here's a public service announcement from Joanne. And actually, they close at 6 today. I'm glad I looked.
Yeah,
Important notice. It says, beware of fake Joanne websites. As of Wednesday, March 5th, purchases on Joanne's.com have been disabled. There are no authorized Joanne shopping websites. Please see your local stores for all of your crafting needs.
Yeah, I wondered how long that was going to be before they shut those down. Those fake Joanne websites, though, has been going around for the last 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Now take up to 60% off store-wide. All yarns still only 25% off. 50% off most fabrics. 60% off sewing notions. 25% off sewing machines and Cricut. Paper supplies 50%. Beads and jewelry 60%. Patterns 50%. Fine arts 40%. And they are now actually starting to sell their furniture and fixtures.
Shelving units. Anybody's looking for shelving units, now's the time to grab them cheap.
Well, they actually have a 3D Pro laser cutter and engraver. That would be phenomenal, but they were asking way too much. Way too much. So they close at 6. So, yeah, it looks like if we're going to go, I'm going to have to get my ass ready and get up there.
Mona, are they too big for you to wrap newspaper around the outside and tape it and then twist the top closed and tape that to keep the moisture off of them and the frost? I've done that with tomato plants to save them.
I've got to do that to my blueberries. My blueberry plants up there, a lot of them they've actually got flowers on them. But we've got a freeze warning tonight and tomorrow. I'm not quite. And I got to do my raspberries. Oh, yeah.
Do you have any shepherd's hooks, Jazz?
Huh?
Shepherd's hooks?
Okay.
It's like posts you stick in the ground and you hang your flower baskets off of them. You can put them on either side to drape your sheet over so the sheet's not actually touching the leaves.
That's a good idea. Hey, Wanda, welcome in.
And barring that,
hello,
just
Tammy.
Sticks.
Tammy, it's not just for you. We got a plethora. Hey, girl, Tammy, if there's any reason for me to have to go to Joanne's, come on now.
She wants to go to Joanne's.
I don't need a reason. You hope to give me a reason. That's that. And hey, we never know what's there unless we go and look, right?
But 60%
look online now.
Good. That's better. Ours is still, from what my niece told me yesterday, ours is still only 25% off.
Yeah, our yarn's still only 25% off. The yarn will never get lower. It's not going to go any lower.
Because
the lowest the yarn was, you remember when everybody was going to Joanne's and getting, like, even the Vortex for like $1.27 a ball?
Yeah.
I think that was like 2 or 3 weeks before they officially announced the closing. That's when they were doing their warehouse clear out. That's why everything was so cheap. My thing was, I seen it, I'm like, oh, they'll have that sale again, because it wasn't technically like payday week, so I wasn't really looking to spend additional money on yarn that week. Like, oh, they'll have the sale again. I'll get it next time. Damn it, there is no next time. But yeah, Vortex.
No, that's the only material we have here too. Now, our Hobby Lobby does not have that much material. It has home, what do they call it, Jess? Home decoration. home decor.
Cool.
Yes. And yarn, but they have very little material. Michael's really doesn't have that much material.
Michael's doesn't. Michael's has a lot of little bit of everything,
Yeah.
but not a lot of anything.
Yeah, but not a lot of any. And I cannot believe, Michael's, they do not, or our Michael's, does not carry crochet thread of any kind. You can order it offline, but in our store, they do not carry it. They said it wouldn't sell. And then my sister and a bunch of other women's like, if you had it, we would buy it. But since you don't have it, we'll have to go somewhere else. So maybe they'll start carrying it.
I mean, one of my favorite yarns is loops and threads, all across the board. But one going to Michael's, it costs more. It's like $1 more to go to Michael's than it would be to go to Joann's or Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
But my preference has always been Joann's. Always Joann's. Used to be Joann's and Hobby Lobby until they got bought out, which everybody knows about that whole scandal. So
Do you see what Sarah said?
I don't prefer to go to
I asked my man if I could spend $70. He said yes. So I made an order from Hobby. He said, "Don't tell me you bought yarn," and I just said, "Okay, I won't." Sound like me.
I did good. I went to 2 Dollar Trees and I only bought the yarn that I went in to buy.
My thing was when I got up to the because our Dollar Tree hasn't had yarn for a long time. You knew that. And this last time I went, they had a bunch of yarn. I cleaned them out. And the woman's like, "Oh, you got a project in mind?" I was like, "Nope, just want to make sure I have some when y'all don't have it no more."
Right. Jeff says here they added some more material since they know that Joann's is closing, but there's little mom and pop places. We do have a couple of little mom and pops, but they don't do yarn or fabric. They're more like RC cars and boats and trains and stuff like that. Some beading, some like little craft projects, but
yeah,
we don't have too many. Now we do have like yarn stores. We don't have any fabric specific stores.
As far as yarn goes, Jeff, we have 2 mom and pop stores that are owned by the same people. One is in Tays Valley and one is in Nitro. It's owned by a husband and wife, but he also does trains. So one whole half of the store in Tays Valley is train tracks, cars. He has a whole setup. Beautiful.
Trains are big here.
Stores material, yarn, home decor, embroidery, wood crafting, and they got a great little store. I was afraid because Michael's was so close to the one in Tays Valley that it was going to shut them down, but they offer things that you can't get at Michael's. So hopefully that will be okay and they won't end up closing because they've been open for close to 25 years in that location.
Yeah, we've got like a one's called Schaefer's Hobby Store. That's been around forever, and then Checkered Flag. And yeah, they do a lot of lots of trains. Trains are pretty big here.
I like West Virginia Hobby and Crafts. I go in there if you're looking for something specific. You tell him what it is. He puts the order in right then, and he'll call you when it comes in. And there's not, you ain't going to get a big box store that'll do that for you.
I saw one place when I visited Carol Vance last year.
Yes, Jeff, we got a lot of rain, and we were expecting even more. I'm really hoping it missed us, but the day is not over. We could still get it. We're supposed to get another 2 inches.
Yeah, when they started
We'll just get it really, really slow so it has time to soak into the ground. But all of the rivers are at the bank right now. Like literally, when I was taking the grandbaby home on Friday, the river was literally even with the bank. And the banks are about 6 foot above the normal height of the river. So the rivers are at least 6 foot higher than normal. Mm-hmm.
Did I check it? Who do want Jessica? Did you check Houston Crafts Boutique for Omega and other mercerized cotton? I didn't know such a place existed, but I shall see. Who to what a how and why. And Jeff says Gerald showed me pictures of creeks by his house. Man.
Yeah. There's many places that was underwater. They've closed down parts of Route 60 completely in both directions because the water was over the road and people are too stupid to not drive through it. Yes, I emphasize that word.
Oh yeah. So far we've been lucky.
I'm sorry. Any adult knows that you do not drive through standing water.
Amen. And
You would
like,
hope.
especially when you can't see.
Mhm.
People are stupid.
If I can see the black top beneath the water, that means it's only a half-inch deep. I will drive through it. Anything
Yeah,
over
if I can still see the line.
Yeah, you
Like
have
if
to.
I can still see the yellow little line, okay, that's one thing.
You
But
can't always go by that because what if the road between those two yellow lines is washed out, which happens here.
You can't even see the lot. You can't even see the lines in the summertime here, let alone when there's water on them.
Yeah, there's a lot of people complaining right now, saying that they need to go and repaint the lines because you can't see the yellow lines or the white lines because they're so faded out. Even at night, you have a hard time seeing them.
We don't need no more damn construction on our roads here. Every highway, every time you turn around, there's construction.
John is making a hat, Jeff, on his Centro. His very first Centro hat. So he's
knitting making machine.
Hey, wait a minute. You told me I couldn't knit on the crochet shows.
I'm not. I'm actually sewing. I'm sewing right
now.
Turnabout's fair play.
But
it took that long to realize that.
Well, then that would be one thing because Miss Connie's made hats on her, but I don't think it was on specifically on the Sunday crochet show. So
I do anyway. John just don't know I'm knitting. That's all. He don't know when I'm knitting.
Do most people even know the difference between knit and crochet?
Yes, John. Hold that up. Give it a stretch. It'll stretch more than you think. Yes.
It looks like you did it.
That is a watch cap size. Very nice.
Woohoo! Done. There's Tracy. She's welcome back. She's coming back in here. There she goes. There you go.
There, man.
Welcome back.
Hey, Jeff, why don't you come up here? Jeff says I'll do woodworking. What, up here? Come on. Let's go.
Gotta do woodworking on Wednesdays, Saturdays.
Everybody can do whatever they want. Making sawdust. Yeah, yep. Man glitter.
Making man glitter.
Man glitter.
Oh.
You can see her stuff is on Jeannie Butterfly Dreams. Whose stuff? Damn. And I haven't seen Jeannie Butterfly Dreams in forever, Chris.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen her.
I know she made a guest appearance a few weeks ago on Sunita's. But I haven't seen that Jeannie in forever. I hope she's doing good. I know she had to go back to work and all that other jokey stuff. But
okay, so I should have gotten a 48.
What did you get?
A 40.
So you're making kid hats?
Yeah, kid hats. It fits. It's just pretty short. Like it could.
It's like that's why I said you did 100. You need at least 124 rows.
So I did 116. I did 116 from one skein, right?
I always do 140 rows on my Addy.
Yeah, that makes sense then. So 116. 116 will be a kid hat then.
How big around is it? like inches? Like, is it for like, will it fit my head or will it fit, an average size adult head?
I had it on my head, but it's like a small beanie, right? Like an actual
Well, it's just
beanie.
short.
Like a watch cap.
Yes.
Yes. So if it was just longer, it would fit an adult as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
it's doubled up.
why
It's
would you
doubled up
need the
too.
48? Why would you need the 48 versus the 40 then? As long as it fits the adult circumference wise.
Yeah, but because I don't like that style of hat. I like a brim on my hat. Most people do.
Well, the brim on
That's
your
why
hat
I
is
do
adding more yarn.
140 on the Addy.
Yeah, it doesn't have to do with how many teeth you have. That has to do with how much yarn you have.
Yeah. So what I'm saying though,
So all you needed to do was add more yarn.
I will. But I'm just saying that's one skein of yarn for one hat.
Well, just that particular yarn you grabbed. If you would
I
have
will
had
tell
the
you
hug,
this.
you would
Don't
have had
use
a
cotton. And if you're going to use like a chenille, which I honestly don't suggest using chenille on them because the fluff gets down into the workings in the housing, do not oil that machine, John. It specifically tells you do not oil that machine.
So what I'm saying is, if you would have used a bigger ball of yarn, you would have been able to do more rows, which would have.
Or he could have just added on to it. It's
That's what I'm saying.
very easy to add on to.
Yes, 48,
Yeah.
48 teeth versus 40 wouldn't have made a difference.
It's fine, John.
It fits her nice. But
And
on
it's
my head,
for the ears.
but on my head, it fits like that.
Okay.
I say that on my head though.
Yeah, I would go 140 rows.
Yeah. See, so on a kid, it can be a slouchy on a kid, right?
Yeah. Well, seeing as it's doubled, you don't necessarily have to have that flip up. That flip up is for extra coverage on your ears. Since they're doubled already, you don't really have to have that flip up, which I call a brim.
I got to wear mine down here so it blocks the sun out when I don't can't wear sunglasses.
See, that would get on my nerves. I can't stand to have anything on my eyebrow.
See that hat there?
Yep.
I made that hat on my Addy last night.
With 146, you said?
No, I only did 120 on this one, and that's why it's so short. You need to do 140 to make it for an adult to have the flap to roll up.
Jessica, are you in hearing distance? No. I'll tell her when she comes back, Chris, in case she don't see it.
Oh, held for review for what?
Don't know. I don't know what that means. Also, yeah, no yarn that isn't stretchy. Wools, cashmeres, acrylics, those good on that machine. 100% cotton has no stretch. You can do it, but it's struggle. And like I said, the chenille, the fuzz gets down in the workings, the gears, and will clog them up. In which case, you just have to take it apart and blow it out. You're welcome, Chris. Jessica.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Chris said, check your held for review.
On it.
Hey, look, Joe's got hats on Happy Hats.
Yeah, I know.
Sarah's got hats on Happy Hats.
I'll get mine on there, John. Where's John's hats on Happy Hats?
Jess has a hat on Happy Hats. Chris K's got a hat on Happy Hats. Jen Philp.
Philpott.
Jen Philpott's got hats on Happy
Don't
Hat.
you love the color, that multicolored one? That is
Yeah, I
so
do.
pretty.
I like the way it turned out.
Okay, Lana.
John's got hats on Happy Hats. Saying.
And we will have to go to Joanne's too tomorrow because an hour is not going to be enough time to sit there and shop and all that good stuff.
See, I don't see Mona.
Mona's here.
But I don't
Mona's,
see.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there she
Mona's
is.
there.
Okay, I see her. I see her now.
So Joanne's run tomorrow. And if everybody wants, I can do a like a pop-up live ish, and then we can go shopping.
So there was 132 yards. Crafter square acrylic yarn, 132 yards on that one.
Probably need, yeah, on those you probably need 2 skeins for the hat you're wanting.
No, I just gotta change my yarn.
Chris, whose side are you on? Because I don't have it on my side.
Team John.
So let me. Go.
Next down. How do I do fancy designs now?
Oh, I don't do fancy designs. I just do simple and quick.
Oh.
There are all kinds of videos. What's that one lady's name? She's on YouTube. Hang on, let me see if I can go find her site. Because she's awesome at it. She can pretty much do anything on them.
So she's on your side.
John, you got a pencil?
It did not populate. Not on my side yet. So let me go back and try again.
All right, jot down.
Wait, hold on a sec. Who are we looking for?
And
Wait, hold on a second. Oh, Chris K.
Yeah, Chris K.
K.
Says
Yeah,
that
Chris
she
K's
had
on
a
your
held
side.
comment. But I don't see any held comments. Nothing's popping for me.
Okay, what's the who am I looking for?
the Addy Queen.
Annie?
The Addy Queen and AB space Crafty. They're both really good. And also Quinn, that's with 2 N's, Bender. She's also really good.
Okay. Addy Queen. AB Crafty.
Yep. And Crafty space Kaz, C-A-Z. That's the main 3 that I follow. Crafty Kaz has a waffle pattern for the beanie on the centro, and it's, don't worry about the pin
That's
number.
the first one that came up.
Yeah, you can do either. It doesn't have to be a 48 pin. You can still do them on there.
But they also teach you how to do a color change without having a hole in your hat.
Yep. That too.
Chris, I would just repost it because I'm not
Wait a
finding
minute,
it.
hang on, let me mute this.
So nothing's held for review on my phone that I can see.
Pineapple twist
Hey,
beanie
Pebbles.
tutorial.
So yeah, we will go join shopping tomorrow.
About what time are you going?
I'll probably be there around the 6:30, 6:45
Okay.
because I usually don't get off work until about usually on Monday nights I probably won't get out until about 6. And then depending on traffic, because I'll go there before I go home because I'll have to pass it on my way home. So yeah, it'd be about 6. Yeah, tomorrow night. I will try to put a community post on about.
All right. Good deal.
Sorry.
Because it will kind of depend on how many patients I have at 5:30. If I've got a bunch of patients at 5:30, then I'm definitely not getting out there when I'd like to.
Did you see Tammy's comment, Jess?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was muted.
It's
So
okay. It's okay.
I'm trying to keep up with that and everything here too.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I'll put a community post if in a roundabout time when I think I'm getting out, and then yeah, I'll do a pop-up live. We'll pop it up. Pop. I am saucy.
Oh, did you see that? Who remembers Jiffy Pop first? Everybody remember Pop popcorn?
Yeah.
You know you can do your own at home.
Well, yeah. What do you mean?
No, you can make the Jiffy.
Pre-make them.
You take foil, and you know, good long piece. You put your butter, your popcorn kernels in your butter. You fold the foil in half.
And salt.
Fold the edges over. Lay it in a skillet, and you can make your own Jiffy Pop.
Or if use a pie plate pan, like one of the aluminum foil, the throwaways, and just put foil on top of it, and I do butter and salt. That way it comes out.
Yeah. But I would suggest doing this that you use the cheap foil from the Dollar Tree because it's thinner, and you can rip the top open easier.
And for some odd reason, it tastes better.
It does. It tastes like childhood.
Yeah. And then I got the buttered flavored salt.
We got Jiffy Pop popcorn. That was like, if you use the pie pan, you can actually do it on top of the stove. Just use a pair of pliers or vice grips. I like vice grips because you can lock them.
I just use their tongue.
Yeah. Just give it a little shaky for the handle. Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
The food fair did carry Jiffy Pop they quit carrying it like 3 years ago.
See, I've always preferred the Jiffy over Orville Redenbacher.
Now, Bill's a Redenbacher man. He likes his Redenbacher, but he likes that because he takes the snack.
What is Amanda doing? Anybody else ever at Amanda?
Nope.
She's eating chocolate covered strawberries.
Mom, you okay? Do you remember when NFL play on the early 2000s by the name of Pat Tillman?
Okay. Tammy says she's got to make dinner, and one of the yarn attic is on at 6.
On this $3.6 million contract with the Arizona Cardinals.
Enjoy dinner.
To
I know. Different time zones, babe.
go to the military.
Are you laying down now?
He was enlisted in 2002.
Okay. Tell me good night.
Full celebration of Iraqi freedom in 2003. Or whatever. You know what I mean? He was later redeployed to Afghanistan. Well, if only he made it home the second time. Yeah, he essentially died. The military at the time said that it was due to soldier file, you know what I mean? That he rushed up the hill to save the lives of his fellow U.S. Army Rangers. But the military later released papers.
Come on, fancy headbands. There we go. Cool, fancy headbands. Fancy hats. Fancy hats.
I'll try this being unmuted and say that now. You can try the drop stitch beanie tutorial on the Centro. It is YouTuber's Yarn Over that does that one. Ooh, even baklavas. I kind of like those. I might have to try that one.
Yeah. Okay, those are gonna take some time to learn how to do those.
Yes, anything new takes time to learn. Just being patient enough to allow yourself to learn it.
I need a new hip. Oh, guys.
A new hip.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hat Tillman. Talk to your mom, Sammy. Hello? No way that she needs it. I'm only in my 20s. I love you, sweetheart. You're so kind. My wrinkles are older than that. And almost
nice.
so were both of my children. One of them are. That's scary. No, my sciatic nerve's been a beast.
Yeah, I wanted to go to a masseuse, but they won't because I have sciatica. And he's like, no,
I like a mousse.
You have to go to a
I like a good chocolate mousse.
I didn't realize he said if they hit in the wrong spot, they could actually paralyze me.
Yeah, and chiropractors for the same thing. There are some chiropractors that, depending on the injury, they're like, But it's not so. There's been one time, man, it was kind of creepy. The adjustment caused the patient to go back like PTSD and like a flashback. It was bad.
Yep, I can see that.
Yeah, like the injury, repeating the injury all over again, and it was kind of crazy.
Hey, your brain can do weird things. And
I had one pass out.
PTSD it can be bad. But you know what's really is when you find out that you had PTSD at a younger age, but it was back then it wasn't called PTSD, it was just called crazy.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, everything has been made to have a label now. You know, and I mean, I don't know.
Well, honestly, PTSD is better than being told you're crazy.
absolutely. But I also think that some labels are way overused as well.
Yes. Now I have a
If
friend
that
of
makes
mine
sense.
who was in an abusive relationship and she was burned.
Mm,
And anytime she smells burnt meat, it
you
will
get
throw
that
her
smell.
into it. Yeah. Just the smell. And
I shall return. I gotta go play rotate cars in the driveway real fast.
yeah.
Tomorrow, the inspectors came yesterday and our shingles come. We have to get a whole new roof. Yeah.
That's gonna be
But yeah,
fun to listen to.
oh, well, not even the roof. We're talking about replacing like half the drywall in the house. They've got to redo the blown insulation. They've got to stuff it all out, and they're going to do that once they get the roof off. They're going to suck out the insulation, then reblow it. Okay. At least it's getting done.
Well, hopefully they're smart enough to do the roof before they do the inside drywall. Because
I mean, this house is only 15 years old. We've lived in it 14 of its 15 years. Ready? Okay. So I shall see you return. I'm coming. 12? No, we've been here longer than that. We've been here since 2015. 12 or 13.
Joe, did you fall asleep or you just crocheting?
Sounds like she fell asleep.
Sounds like. I almost fell asleep on my sister last night. She's like, you should go. And I was like, why? I'm good. And she goes, she fell asleep twice. I said, no, I didn't. I was just mapping out the road maps on my eyes.
He always did.
You did?
Yeah, take the cover.
Good job. See what the lack of milk is doing? It's making him eat that. Yeah, no, he was getting too much milk and not enough food. You giggled at that, John. He drank 3 gallons of milk in a week.
Wow.
Yeah. He was doing that instead of eating food. So being without the milk is a good thing. No, he's not, Chris. I'm here. He's not yet. He just thinks he is. So, do you like this intro, John?
Yeah, it's nice. It's easy.
It makes really nice scarves if
We'll see it. Let's see. I
you do like
made a hat in an hour, so
I would say like the Red Heart, the regular skeins of Red Heart, you do the entire skein, you just put like a drawstring or go through the loops on either end, pull them tight, and do a pom-pom on either end. It makes really nice scarves. Doubled. They're all comfy. Or you can sew the ends together and make cowls. Do panels and make blankets. Or you can do the tubes, the doubled tubes, and sew those together into blankets, which would be super warm. What you doing? Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what I was hearing. That makes sense. Thank you. He's been so helpful today. Picking up my slack. Appreciate it. I need to take some cold medicine, but I can't take it yet. Oh, when you get done with that, babe, add candle wicks to the list for me for tomorrow, please.
candle wicks.
Yeah, I've got like little bits of a bunch of candles that I really like, so I'm going to melt them down put new wick in it, let the each layer harden until I fill the jar back up instead of wasting the wax. No point in wasting when you can get some more use out of it. Candles are expensive. Get me a small trash can tomorrow too. Drop my yarn down in it while I'm balling it up so I don't have to worry about it on the floor. And just saying, y'all, don't get on Temu late at night.
Why?
Because it goes on and on.
But why? But why?
Let's just say I learned my lesson. See, that's the problem I was having with mine, John. That's why I was looking at those other legs, wondering if it would give it a little more stability. Because the handle just don't work for me. I took the handle off mine. Make sure you left it on there. What do you think about C clamps, John? Like little ones on the two legs on the edge of the table? Do you think that would work, or do you think it would break the legs? Yeah. Reckon that would work?
Yep.
Oh, hey. Looky there. I had a good idea. You're welcome. I do, Chris. Kay, I certainly do. I will get the little cloth bags and drop a couple down in there and put them in drawers when I get the scents that I like. If you have really hot rims, I would check them, and I would not put them near anything that if the wax should happen to soften, that it would stain. That would be the only thing. But yeah, I have done that. I've left them in the plastic, the containers they come in, just crack the lid and slid them in drawers. Before they started messing with it, the Walmart brand, and I can't remember what it's called, but they had a molten orange one that smelled just like a fresh peeled orange. I loved them. And I had them all over the house, and then they changed something, and now they're just overpoweringly icky. I can't stand it. It could have been COVID because I still suffer from what I call COVID nose. My sense of smells never really come back. So it could be that, because for about a year after I had COVID, everything I smelled like rotten garlic. Literally everything. I had to quit wearing perfume. Couldn't stand the smell of my shampoo because it gagged me. Bath soap, everything stunk.
Just FYI, it's my birthday month this month.
Well, happy birthday, Mom.
Trust me, it's not a month long. I got in trouble for that last year.
It won't be my birthday till the 27th, but it is my birthday month.
Chris K. The cranberry mandarin splash and the papayas passion both smell amazing if you haven't tried them.
Wow, I knitted I knitted garment frogs a lot faster than a crocheted one.
Yes, it does. Just remember, knitting takes more yarn than crocheting. So if you're like, whatever you think you would use for a crochet item, you add like a third more when you're knitting it. Yep, I'm gonna have to turn that fan around, blowing on me. Too hot. Oh yeah, that's much better. They're if you have a Walmart, Chris, that's where I got them, was at Walmart. I'll be right back. Sweet call. Chris, a mason jar, a heavy bottom kettle on low heat on your stove will okay now. You drop the candle melt down, or the wax melts down in the mason jar. It's called a Centro, Lawrence. It's a Centro knitting machine. Low torque, John. Chris K, that took me like 2 minutes to decipher what that meant. At first, I blinked a couple times because I didn't think I was seeing what I was seeing. Just make sure you tell her low heat, Chris. Jessica is not here at the moment, Scully Pop. She'll be back soon. And good afternoon and welcome in. Yes, Charlotte, that is a spin tray. Get a knot.
Yeah.
There's a knot in your yarn. Or you got some guts that are tangled. Oh. Okay, Chris will tell him low temperature, like a melting temperature. No, you do not have to know how to knit to get it off the machine. Jesse, all you do is throw your feeding yarn to the center so that it's not feeding anymore, and you crank it and it comes off on its own. You may occasionally have to take it off a hook, but it's not that hard. There are several videos, Charlotte, on YouTube that you could, a lot of creators that do videos on them. They're actually kind of fun. I do knit by hand. I will use these when I like, for now, you know, we're really wanting to crank the hats out and get them done. But I enjoy the process of hand knitting.
It is fun.
Yeah, and it doesn't take nearly as long.
No, it's a lot faster. Oh, you're welcome, Jesse. You're welcome, Charlotte.
Oh, I dropped stitches back here.
Yep, you sure did. Add candle wicks and a small trash can to the list. Candle wicks.
All right, how do I fix that? How do I fix that now? Do I have to look up the video for that?
Yes, there is a video. Hang on, let me see if I can find it for you.
Oh, I can find it. Just
yes, there are videos on how to pick up the stitches when you've dropped them. Yes, there is. You will need the crochet hook that came with your Centro, and I'm only saying that because, or look on it. It should have the size. I don't have mine handy right now. It has the size hook it is. Get the same size metal hook, and it works faster.
You're talking this one, this loopy one?
No, it should have came with a crochet hook.
Nope, didn't come with a crochet. It came with that one and 2 of these needles.
Okay, hang on just 1 second. Let me find mine. I'll tell you what size you get. I need glasses. You need a 3.75 hook, John.
What?
Yes.
3.5 or 4. I gotta dig out my hooks.
Yes, you have to dig out all your hooks.
It's gotta be a 3.75, eh?
I'm not sure, Chris K. I've never done socks. I know they make the smaller ones. I would think so, yes. Just make sure you're making them long enough, plus a little, because you're going to lose some length in the stretch. So you want to make it, when it
Hey,
comes
Dakota.
to basically a tube sock with these. So you want a little bit of extra length, so when it stretches to either side, it'll shorten in length. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Tracy.
Oh, I was hollering at my son.
You holler at mine too while you're at it. Save me a little trouble.
Dakota, come here.
Oh, 3.5.
You don't have a 3.75?
I don't have a 3.75.
The 3.5 ought to work.
Yeah, it should be close enough.
Even my Tunisians, I got
Give me
3.5.
a water.
Why?
A
Well,
water.
you're not going to need a Tunisian. You're not going to take it off of here, John. You're going to pick
No,
this
I'm saying,
put
just
it back
saying,
on.
even in my Tunisian, I only got a 3.5.
Okay, 3.5 will work. Use 3.5.
All right. So what are we doing?
What? Go find the video.
What?
Go find the video.
Oh my God.
Going to go below it because you look like you've dropped 2 stitches in the
Are
There's
you
one
first.
area.
getting cold?
Yeah, there's one area here, one
Not
area
really, I
here.
just
There's
put
like,
my hoodie on.
All right. The area closest to you looks like you've dropped 2 stitches.
I still need to
Okay,
walk out. Chloe has a day off, probably because it got
can you blow
snow.
yourself up, John, so it's bigger?
Yeah, when it was raining last night, I checked the weather app for KOAM, and up in Missouri around Joplin.
1, 2, 3. Okay, you've dropped it 3 stitches. You're going to go to that first column where your white hook is. Right there. You're going to pick up the stitch that's still knitted.
God
You're
damn
going
it, I
to
don't shower
go
anymore.
from the inside, like the inside of the tube. You're going to get your
On the
hook
KOAM they did.
underneath that. You're going to grab that first loop, pull it up, grab the next loop of yarn, and pull it up until you get to where it's attached. You're going to put it back over your hook.
all right, let me pull the video.
It's easier to watch a video, but that's basically what you're doing is you're going to crochet back up and then put it over the hook. It looks like you dropped some and then it caught it back and started knitting again. So you may have to finagle it with those. You may have to pull those out to get enough to get it back to the hook. Hang on.
How to fix tucked and drop stitches on your circular knitting machine.
There you go.
See, I know there's a YouTube video for everything out there. It's just a matter of finding it.
Let's see which one.
So did Jess say where she was going? Where is Jess anyway?
She was taking her daughter or her son somewhere. Check out Snufflebean.
No.
Snufflebean yarn.
Annie, they show you how to pick up stitches?
Yes.
Because I don't know how to do that either.
That Snufflebean. Let's see. That one is not. That's for the different kind of knitting machine. Also, the Crafty Girl, GRRL. It's 2 R's. She has a chapter on how to pick up stitches.
The classic what? Classic girl?
The Crafty Girl, but it's GRRL, no I. You want the one for the circular knitting machines too, not the straight ones because it's different. That's okay, Adele. I saw you peeking through the bushes and around the leaves and berries. There's Jess. Jess, Scully Pop was in and said hello. I don't know if they're still here. And Charlotte Brown.
Well, hello, Charlotte Brown. I'm not familiar with that name. Welcome in. Good to meet you. Thank you for stopping in. And Scully Pop.
New friends, always welcome.
Love new friends.
Yeah.
Love home. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine?
John's learning a new
Would
skill,
you be mine?
Jess.
Huh?
John's learning a new skill.
That's fantastic.
Picking up stitches.
So went to go move a few cars. Two of the cars that we were going to move, they are both stick shift. Haven't moved from their current homes in quite a many years. Brakes are locked up on one of them. So we have 3 cars in a row. We have a red one, a blue one, mine. Moved mine out of the way. The blue one, brakes are locked up. The red one, movable, no brakes, unless you stand on the clutch and use the e-brake. Needless to say, didn't get too far other than slamming into the back of, or slamming into the front of one of the other ones, because there are no brakes. And it's really hard to maneuver 3 pedals all at once. Not my fault. I didn't do it. So, needless to say, that time spent outside got us nowhere. Other than now, a bump stipper, a dented bumper on the classic car.
Well, if it's a classic, that dent can be taken out of the bumper because it's all metal.
Yeah.
Nothing a little rubber hammer won't fix.
Yeah. I mean, nothing terrible by any means at all. Could have been a lot worse, but
your vintage cars, the ones that was made of all steel, much easier to repair dents than these plastic that you have to literally take an entire piece.
Unfortunately, I do think the bumper is plastic. It's not that much of a plastic. It's a '89 Shelby Shadow.
Okay.
The only thing that makes it a classic is
it's a Shelby
bottle. Yeah, it's a Shelby.
It's a Shelby. That's a
car.
Bumper. If that's a Shelby, it's a metal bumper. That's a nice car.
Yeah, it's an '89 Yeah, Dodge Shelby Shadow, one of 500. And I think complete cars, there's only, well, there's like less than 40 of them, and ours is one of them. And it runs. That's the
Wasn't
other.
Eleanor Shelby in Too Fast
Huh?
and Furious?
Yeah.
Furious, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
she was. No, you're talking Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah.
On a 60 seconds, yeah. What was her name?
Eleanor.
Eleanor. Yep, Eleanor. Yeah, so it's not that much of a classic, but it's a classic.
I miss
And
the car you could actually work on without a mechanic. Now everything has to go to a friggin' mechanic because it's electronic.
Right, everything's got to be, like pre-programmed to the computer.
A pain in the poop.
But yeah, it's not a super classic, but just because it's got a Shelby's name on it makes it a classic.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice, Jeff.
Oh,
Wouldn't have a convertible in West Virginia though. Too many trees.
Yep, Jeff, ours is red as well. It's a red. Now this is the second one that we've had. The first one wasn't roadworthy. There was no hope in getting it on the road, so that one got parted out. So for like on your steering wheel in the center, there's like an emblem. Well, the particular emblem we had just says Shelby on it. It's $175 piece.
John,
Ridiculous.
this is just for me and what I have found easier.
Yes.
If you take one of those longer needles that you got, put it through your open stitches, the ones you're trying to hook to. That way you're not pulling any more of it out. Now,
Well, see, I got
side to side.
2 gone right there.
Yeah.
No.
So you
So I
should
got
have
2
two
gone right
open
there, and I got
loops.
2 gone right there.
All right, put it through both of the open loops, and that will just hold them in place until you get the other ones ready to attach, and that way you're not pulling more of it out. You're not losing more stitches that way. That's just a little trick I've come up with.
Oh, Jeff, that would be phenomenal. So is that what happens when it drops stitches?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It is fixable. You just gotta learn how to do it. So it's just like in hand knitting. In hand knitting, this is the same way you pick up drop stitches when you're knitting by hand. The exact same process.
Yeah, Jeff, that's got to be
Hers-
a very, very, very nice mistake.
Hers was easier to pull off than this one is.
Oh, turn your crank just a little tiny bit.
Give you some more
No, I
space.
got it.
Needle so tight, just a little tiny bit. Because the higher the needle is, the easier the stitches to get off. Yeah.
Should be the lower the needle is.
All right, then lower it. Move it back.
Crochet hooks to the rescue, right? Yeah, that seems like a major
Yep.
pain in the ass.
It is.
Okay, yeah,
Right,
so
this is the that you need to learn.
A
That looks
reason
like
to
more than
put it-
2 drop stitches to me. Maybe it is only 2.
No, there's 2. Like I said, there's 2 here and there's 2 here.
You need to put a needle
there's
through
4
the other
times.
2. You need to put a needle through the other 2 as well, because while you're tugging, working on this one, you're going to pull more out on that side. Or you can just pull it off and start all over again. However you want to do it.
Oh, I do.
But
I said pull it
I
off.
do-
I do have a crochet. It
Told
did come
you.
with a crochet hook.
Told
Oh,
you.
relax.
But mine didn't come with knitting needles, so you did get something extra with yours.
Seems like that whole damn machine is extra. No, there's a difference. There's. I'm just curious about this whole Spanish project quite there.
There you go.
We know those names.
Now you don't have to worry about pulling those off.
What are we doing? I'm confused. Yep, I think I'm going to just stick with my
Hand knitting.
Yeah.
It's all the same to me. Of course, I've been hand knitting a lot longer than those machines have been around, so I think. Well, a lot longer than I've known about those machines. How's that?
Right. And I mean, crochet cannot be recreated.
No, but knitting can.
Knitting can be recreated. They cannot find a machine to mimic a crochet stitch. So just so you guys know, anytime you see crochet projects, it is always hand done. There's not a machine out there that will do it. So can't get it figured out. Nobody say nothing. Did you look at what Chris said?
Pooping on Penelope. Pooping on people. I like that. Totally need that.
I need to be crocheting. It's sitting right here looking at me.
When you're repairing sweaters and stuff, Jess, this is the technique that you use. My niece brings me all of her sweaters that she snags so I can fix them for her.
Now I've like freaking words aren't working today. With like that hook and latch little needle thing, I have fixed some of my knitted sweaters.
A tip to remember with your hand knitting, Jess, keeping your loops to as close to the tip of your needle as you can speeds up your knitting.
Okay.
Yeah, mine didn't come with the knitting needles either, Lana. Lana? Is it Lana like Donna?
Mom.
I've always said Lana.
I don't go out slow.
I go
I
back to
know. I'm
some
okay.
how she
I'm
pronounced
slow in a
it.
battle. I'm just. Have you eaten anything today? That's probably why. Because you will.
Get me a couple turtles.
Also causes the stitches to fall off the needle.
They're in the box along ways.
Lana left on it.
Have him get me a couple turtles down.
What do you mean totals?
Or brownies.
I was actually thinking about making some turtle brownies. Of course, I'm the only one that'll eat them.
Tracy needs a cheeseburger.
Needs actual food.
Yes.
Thanks.
Let's see if I can get this hat done so I can play
I
with
think my
John.
blood sugar's just low.
Probably haven't eaten
Yes,
today.
well
You
then
ate
eat.
2 things yesterday and you were completely fine last night.
I know.
I think you just need to eat more.
Me too.
I-
Pisses me off.
I agree.
Even if you're not up
Then
for breakfast, at least eat lunch and something else.
You need to get you a sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Cheeseburger.
Soup.
Hot dog.
Something with carbs in it.
Yes.
The carbs will raise your
Peanut butter and jelly.
You can have
and sugar will.
Peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Nope, screw this.
I know what John's going to do.
Screw this.
I'm going to honestly tell you, John, you'll be better off trying to do that when you're not on a live. And
When
you're
you
not.
getting?
Creations.
Chris K says we all need just bacon roses.
Yes, bacon roses. Man, those things are so good. Just because, like, the inside has a different flavor because it kind of gets warmed up and caramelized. So yummy. Jessica's got to make some chocolate-covered carrot hot. Looks like I get to go back outside and move cars again. Let's see what this is after. My hands already smell like gas.
What, babe?
All right. I guess I shall return again.
Okay.
Yeah, here goes again. So,
Joe,
there's
wait.
Connie.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, honey.
All right.
Hello.
Glad you're back, honey. I got to step away for a hot second. Got to go play outside, play with the cars.
I had to go outside and help put all the furniture into a trailer.
Ooh, fun.
Mm.
Doesn't sound like it at all.
No. It was okay because I didn't really have to lift anything. I just had to tell them what to do and where to put it.
You was the organizer.
Yeah.
Supervisor.
Yep. Well, they call me the Tetris Queen.
Yeah, Bill's like that.
I can look at something else, and see exactly how it can fit together. So.
That's my other job, packing for a living. SC Roll.
Yeah.
How are you today? Welcome in.
I can do that pretty good. I can do that pretty good when I'm loading a trailer for somebody.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with you, so thank you for coming in, stopping by. I appreciate it. All right, I have to step away, play Tetris outside with cars. So I shall return again. One of these days I'll be able to finish my hat.
Maybe I get this one started then.
You just ripped the whole thing out?
Yeah, but the thing that he dropped stitches. His first one, he didn't drop the stitch one. It was like, boom.
No, not one at all.
Is that a heavier yarn, John? Is that like a 4-weight?
It's the exact same yarn as the last one I used.
Huh.
The exact same yarn.
I am back.
New skein though.
I tried to go look at the chat. I can't see it. So hello everybody in chat. Because I'm just on my cell phone.
Turn your phone sideways.
Okay. I still can't see it.
Really?
Well, hold on. No, I still can't see it. Nope. Oh well.
Hello, Mr. Cash. Have been outside playing?
Well,
Have you
when
been
you were doing the second hat, wasn't it going a lot faster?
Hello.
What's that?
Weren't you using like a drill or a screwdriver or something?
He was
go
Oh yeah,
faster?
it was. Oh yeah, it was going a lot faster.
Yes,
Maybe
but
that's why
you have to
you're
be careful.
dropping stitches.
If your tension is not right, when you're using your electric screwdriver, it will screw it up.
Well, see, because so on StreamYard, my chat's right below it.
Okay. Mine's not.
If you turn it sideways, it should be on the side.
It's sideways and it's still not, sir.
On my phone, it's underneath everybody's
Did you
picture.
click comments?
I
Yeah,
have Mike, Cam, chat, more, and leave.
I can see the
That's how there's
comments,
a.
but now I can't see you guys.
Well, yeah, that's how it works.
You just need a bigger phone, that's all.
No, I didn't. I need to be on my computer, but I'm eating my dinner, so I do not want to get my computer out. I'll get it out because I have a premiere tonight.
Yeah, what time is the premiere tonight for me?
9.
I'm going to miss it. I have to drive him to work at that time. That's what I was afraid of. So I'll have to do a rewatch of it.
Okay. So Ron's playing baseball. I'm not sure why, but he is.
Well, hey.
I still hope he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Well, the last time when he went over to help our pastor to bring his to move his desk to one place to another, when they got it out, Ron jumped out of the trailer, didn't jump far enough, hit his back on the trailer, and then was completely unresponsive. They called 911. They got him over, the 911 got over there, and they were able to get him to respond. My phone, I was doing a painting, so my phone was busy recording, and phone calls don't come through when I'm recording. So I didn't know what was going on. So when Ron got home, he tells me, I'm like, well, why didn't somebody tell me? And then I couldn't get the call. So he was okay, but he just scares me. He was having some chest pains a couple of weeks ago.
Again?
Yeah.
Hey, Chandra. How you doing? How you doing? Okay, Lana says to avoid dropping stitches, clip on chip clips or bag clips on the bottom of your hat. A little bit of weight will help to not drop stitches. File folder clips. What, you think this is an office I'm working in? This is a wood shop. Come on.
Please, I have those clips in my kitchen. Use those things for
Yeah,
everything.
they're chip clips. I don't have those.
Thank you. I was talking to you guys and I was in backstage.
Oh, okay. Well, we didn't hear you.
I know. I was talking away and then I asked a question. Nobody answered. And I looked down. I'm like, oh, I'm not even on the show.
What's your question?
I don't remember. It was like 5
Oh.
minutes ago.
I do know when you left the first time, continual loop, we could. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back over and over again.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I only said it one time.
You did, but it was just kept
Yeah, but
replaying.
on here it was like 30.
Oh my gosh. That's
Maybe
weird.
not that many, but it was a lot.
Oh man. I'm gonna go get my ice cream. I'll be right back. But I'm not leaving. I'm just walking in the other room.
Is it cold outside today?
It's cool. It's cool off a lot.
Go Dollar Tree and get some repeat dropping stitches. No, it was, well, it's only my second hat. And it was the first time. So 50-50, I don't know. Are those really bad odds?
No,
But
not. You did good on the first one. And drop stitches on these machines happen. It's just. Hi, Chandra.
Hi, Chandra.
There's Joe. I thought you
there's gotta be
fell.
way.
Yeah.
There's gonna be
No,
a way
I'm
to
just
just
having
back it up though.
no, I'm just having bad pain days last few days.
Yep, same. Trying to ignore it. It's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Well, the thing was, Lana, he was using a drill. That's what I was telling him, low torque. Because I was told the screwdriver has less torque than a drill, so you have less chance of dropping stitches with the electric screwdriver.
That's true.
I don't know. I watched Crystal that one time with her Addie. And she had hers with a drill, and she put it like on full blast. It just went to town.
Well, my screwdriver that I
I
got
was like, oh my God.
Drill, but it's a screwdriver.
Yeah, but she said, do not do this. You should not do this. She's like, this is what I'm doing, and if it tears up my Addie, then that's on me. So she says she does hers like that quite often when she's making hats, nice to do quick for a charity or whatever, and she just puts the drill and puts it on full blast or whatever, and
zips them out.
Done in no time. Yeah, she thinks she's never had any problem with it.
Oh, the rain's starting again.
I can't tell you how many hats I did. Just more or less had to take out and rip out and redo it because I was going too fast on my drill. Then I started noticing if you pushed on the spindle thing with your drill, it literally rips the plastic up.
Skitty.
Yeah, so you want to use a screwdriver if you're going to use anything.
I'm not sleeping.
You need to go eat.
Well, then eat it.
I did eat.
What did you
That's
eat?
what I got to remember to eat.
What did you
I
eat?
ate some sugar brownies.
No, no,
to get
no. You
some
need
sugar in my
the actual
system.
food.
You need actual
You
food.
need some actual
Or
food.
bread, a sandwich, peanut butter sandwich is good.
For the protein.
Yeah, but you need the carbs in there
Drink
because
hot
your body will turn carbs to sugar faster than the sugar will get in your system. Except orange
Okay.
juice. Orange juice will get in your system really quick.
All right.
Yes, Tracy, we're bossy because we care.
I know.
What? Who are you talking to?
I need to drink orange juice.
Who are you talking to?
My friends.
I'll be on your ass, woman.
Tell him that's our job.
Or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
What do you want?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
And a glass of orange juice.
I don't have any orange juice.
Got
I'll have
apple
to get
juice?
some when I go to the store. No, I don't buy juice.
You need to keep juices on hand.
Okay.
Connie, Larry says hiya.
That bread's
Hiya,
gone.
Larry.
Just use regular bread.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. I gotta work. Go find me a rich sugar mama. Then I'll be able to take care of all of it. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Every
No.
time John uses his
All
machine,
right then.
start singing
Take
Moses.
your ass up. Look at me that way.
Oh, ouch. That hurt.
Put a pop knot on your head so we can control fucking trailer with it.
Ooh, swell up. Oh,
Red plum jelly?
Huh?
You want red plum jelly?
No.
What do you want?
Grape.
Want bananas on it?
No.
Want mayonnaise on it?
No.
Extra chunk.
Bananas are good for you.
That's
Oh,
fine.
good for protein.
Yeah.
That or my honey
Where's it at?
right there in the orange lid. It's in the very back by Bubby's jug.
John,
Yeah.
put a little, just tie it together, not a knot. Just tie it together. The two colors.
You want a soft knot. If not, it will come apart.
Yeah. That'll help you avoid having a hole.
What?
Very bright, but it should break. Tell you about that.
I don't.
Huh?
I don't.
Don't what?
Think about that.
That's true.
I'm so excited. 3 more days, I get my teeth.
Yay.
Yep.
What, baby?
Said I'm a real asshole. I hope they hear it.
No, you're not an asshole.
I'm born. I don't do it.
My man's fixing me a sandwich and he's complaining.
Tell him to be better to be a caring asshole than an asshole that doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it's rather to be a caring asshole than an asshole that doesn't care.
Okay, well, we're both in the same boat.
We're both in the same boat.
I don't care.
That's okay. My husband's the same way.
It's getting chilly out.
Sometimes you gotta be an asshole. Cash, Stay in the yard.
I got some sitting on the counter.
Can't tell you won't eat red
Hey,
plum.
Greg.
Red plum's good for
If
you.
that's no
Huh.
good, throw it
Okay.
away.
Red plum's good for you.
Jess, jump in the car, run over here, and make me one of those coffees.
I will do. Oh my gosh, Annie, they are delicious. It is honestly like
I
drinking
keep
ice
forgetting to
cream.
get the heavy cream. It's not something I buy this time. I usually buy it through the holidays.
What are you making? Iced coffee?
Well, they're called frothy coffees, and I mean you can use
Thank you,
milk if it's
sweetheart.
half and half. You can even use water,
some chips in your bag.
but it's best with a little bit of Italian sweetened
My
heavy
sweet
creamer and
man made
whipped
me
cream.
a sandwich.
Awesome.
Thank you, sweet
Oh,
man. I don't know your name, but thank you for taking care of her since she won't take care of herself.
They said thank you for taking care of me.
Well, somebody got to. You don't take care of yourself.
that's
That's
what we said.
exactly what I just said, Tracy.
Exactly.
What?
Jess said that's what she just said. We should have somebody help take care of yourself because I won't do it.
Apparently not. I'll put you as Shady Pines.
You ain't
And I'm
putting
getting
my
all
ass
ahead.
in Shady Pines.
Let's go to Shady Pines and have us a party.
Yeah, I'm going to the yarn. I love you, Tracy, but something happens to you. I'm just saying your yarn's safe with us.
Hey, I get to meet Sophia. Sophia was my favorite golden girl.
Well, I'm going to go through a bunch of it and have it up for grabs.
I pay for yarn. Just saying. You know that.
Joe's
And actually,
Joe's
Joe
getting a whole box of it.
and I need to come down to Louisiana and come visit you. I want to come down. I just want to see. I just
Ooh,
want to see
John
the
getting
swamp.
fancy, putting some stripes in it. I
No,
like
it's just
it.
one stripe. No. So the white will be a brim.
I
I
like it.
see. So yeah, I want to go down and.
Are you doing a double,
Yep.
John?
Yep.
Make sure that
That's
you
cool.
make the white thick enough for the brim because it's gonna you have to be twice as long as what you want the brim to be.
Yeah. I already figured the math on that one.
Awesome.
Chris says, don't forget the donut. Of course we're still here, Tammy. Of course we're still here. Saturday and Sundays are always
Long
good.
days.
What do
Long.
you want to come down here, Joe? Or
Shit, I'd love
Jess?
to come down there. I would love to take a weekend vacation down. Especially since I could take off work on a Friday. Since I'm not at the office. It's hard for me to get off at the office since it's only me and one other girl.
There's planes that come straight into Shreveport.
Really, because I could actually fly out of, and I've never been on a plane, but I could fly out of Belleville, which is one of our smaller airports.
Yeah,
Well, then I
you
gotta
can
go
fly
grab
right
birds.
into Monroe, the town I'm in.
Well, shit, now I gotta do some investigating and see how much it would cost me to get down to you. Hold on, I gotta go see Birdie.
John, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. When you're done, when you take it off, remember before you sew the ends together, where you've changed your color, you will need to weave those ends in a little bit.
Yep.
Keep them from unraveling. Good job so far. I like these colors together. Tracy, Chris K says Jessica needs your cotton. Hint, hint.
Do what?
She said, Tracy, Jessica needs your cotton. Hint, hint. That's what Chris K said.
Oh, okay. Well, I have some somewhere.
I have tons.
I I have yarn in my house and I have yarn in storage.
As soon as my brother-in-law's doing better and my sister can leave him alone, we're going to make my craft room a little more user-friendly.
I see that, Chris.
Jess, you still got that picture of my corner in my living room?
I do.
Show them that. That's 90% yarn.
And I mean it, Tracy. I mean, I will buy yarn because I mean, well, you know, I resell it, but I also, like Chris is saying, I need to start collecting cotton and natural stuff because I want to offer subscription boxes futuristically. So yes, I will.
I have yarns you can't even get anymore.
Yeah, same.
And that's why some yarn I do have and I won't sell it. There's not much of it, and I only want to sell it because it's some of my favorite yarn. Annie actually has sent me some of it. The Unforgettable, I think, or what was it? The Unforgettable you sent me, Annie, or was it the Boutique?
Probably the Unforgettable.
I think it was the Unforgettable, and I also sent you the white, the vintage
Yeah,
white,
okay. Yeah.
which I still have tons of, believe it or not.
But I like it's now Loops and Threads Facets, the Unforgettable that was discontinued.
I am telling you, I have put those together like side by side. That is the exact same yarn.
Yes, it is. Yep. I do not disagree.
Okay, do you leave the door open? All right. Love you. You said 9 o'clock, right? Okay.
So I'm really glad that there are other options out there for that specific yarn. But even some of the yarns that I am selling, I have a few that like I have 20 balls of. Well, I didn't sell all 20. I maybe have sold like 15. I'm keeping 5 for a couple of reasons. One, out of the necessity that somebody's going to start that project and need more yarn.
Yep. Eventually.
Right. Or I want to still have it in my collection because I do collect yarn. I collect yarn and hooks. I love collecting yarn and hooks. Actually, I started collecting hooks way before I even picked up a crochet hook to crochet. Sarah says, I'm back. My damn internet keeps going in and out. Sarah, I have your message. Thank you. Sarah, I'm the same way. You and I need to touch base.
Yes,
Jeanette says you need to come and see me.
her.
Who? Annie needs to go see you again? Or I need to come see you?
Oh, Annie will be coming to
Mind you, like,
I think the grandbaby gave me her crap. So it might be a little bit. Because I am not coming up when I'm sick.
My whole traveling experience in my 40 years, I've been to Michigan. And mind you, this is all within the last, last 6 years. Michigan, Indiana, and Missouri. I mean, Illinois don't count. But yeah, that's the only place. I'm ready to, like, what's taking a few days and just driving. Yeah, yeah, it's time to see the world. I don't know. I don't want to wait until I'm way too old and want to go start traveling, and I can't even do it because I can't.
Joe, did you get that message from Connie? Jess, you might look at that too. I'm
going.
Sit in case.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. I'm going now.
Look.
Oh.
Yeah. So thoughts going out. Hey, Mary.
Yes. Connie.
Yes, Matt, he did, and he's doing wonderfully on it.
Hey, Matt. Welcome in. Hold on. What was I gave you a theme song, Matt. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Matt Man. That's your new theme song.
Mary, I barely have time to drive the 15 minutes to go see Jeanette in my life. I but thank you for the invitation. I mean, I appreciate it. But that's just, it's never going to happen. I came to accept that a long time ago.
Yeah, I want to do some shopping. Just
All
more.
right.
I would love to travel.
And I mean that I don't need anything exquisite, and I mean
Matt.
as long as gas prices weren't terrible. But
So how much? So now I got to cast off this properly because the first one I didn't because I ran out of yarn, right?
that's
You know,
cool.
Sarah,
You know, you can.
Sarah, you've been to one ocean, you've been to the other one. The water's water. It's just as salty on both sides.
No, I've seen
Yes, Matt, there is. Show it to him, John.
one of the Great Lakes.
The drill
Oh
attached.
yeah, yeah, Matt, I already have it right there. I already have that one.
This is only his second time. First, he needs to figure out how to use it first before trying to figure out how to go faster.
Yes. And Matt, I'm going to tell you now, as I told everyone else earlier, if you're going to get that attachment, get it from Temu. It is the exact same thing as they have on Amazon for half the price.
Jeanette says we all need to come see her. I would, and to be 100% honest, I do know my 1 week vacation is always the same time of the year because that's when the doctor takes his Florida vacation. So if I were able to actually come to West Virginia, that would not be able to be possible until August. It's like I want to say the second or third, right, the week before school starts.
And Jeanette, I'll probably be able to see you through a video the next time Annie's down there.
And I would have to do a lot of door dashing or selling a lot of my yarn.
We could set that up. It's generally though, John, when I can do that, everybody's at work because it's in. I can't go on weekends because he works weekends.
That's fine. Like what all you gotta do is just do a video saying, "Hey, everybody, how's it going? Jeanette here. Happy hats. Blah blah blah. Thank you for your help. Blah blah blah. Love you, everybody. Bye bye."
Not sure how to upload one. I could ask my sister; she knows how to do that. Y'all got to remember, I am not technologically savvy. I've only had a smartphone for 2 years, and I'm still not sure how the whole thing works.
Oh yeah, Sarah. So basically, one ocean is blue, with the other one's a little darker. They're both just as salty. One's got dolphins, the other one's got killer whales in it.
And sharks.
There's sharks in both of them. And then as you're flying from one coast to the other, you just look down out the window. It's all flat and a bunch of big squares. The farm fields.
Yeah, Mary, my problem is, as Jeanette's finding out, is every time I plan something, I end up having to cancel it, which is why I seldom plan anything. I'm more of an off the cuff. Oh, look, I've got an hour. I can go do this.
Right.
Which
then look what I can do.
I know.
Look what I can do.
It is what it is.
I am not a fan of this.
Yeah, Matt.
I don't like bulky yarn people.
So Matt, I actually got the Centro, unboxed it like 10 minutes before the show started.
Oh, Matt. Okay, you have an electric motor. This is that is for like a screwdriver or a drill. Screwdriver is
do you mind
a drill.
Do you mind saying how much that was? Because I need to get me one.
I believe that the attachment, the Centro or the attachment.
Well, I don't know how the damn attachment's going to help me without the Centro, Annie.
I think the Centro was like, I can go look it up for you real quick. Hang on.
Because now I've got, and actually, I am selling my, what is it? Likey? I am selling my wooden yarn winder. I'm going to sell that one and my snippet.
The 48 is $37.55. The 40 needle is $25.75.
On Amazon?
No, on Temu. Don't get it off Amazon. Don't get it off
Order it from Temu.
Yeah, it's just cheaper. They also have another 48 Centro.
Well, I got
58. So there's different prices here.
Okay. So like less than $40.
So this one, the 40 pin one on Amazon was 26.
Really?
So who wants to buy $40 worth of yarn? Okay, $50. Who wants to buy $50 worth of yarn?
Yep.
Selling yarn on the
did.
fly. I know, and actually, Annie, I have yours all set up to the side. I know, you need an invoice, damn it.
I need an invoice. Oh, that's got super.
I need to do that. I do need to do that. Hi, Birdie. And actually, since I need to get Lana an updated one as well, I will shoot you one over. Minus the yarn that you have given me.
Is that helping a lot?
What?
The C clamp I had John put on there to see if it would work.
She wasn't talking to you, Birdie.
Birdie's name's not John.
I know. She goes, but did you hear her? She's like, huh? And she's actually been talking a little bit more than normal.
Mary wants
to know what do I have to sell?
Jess.
All of it. It's always for sale. What do you need, Mary? Okay, the 48 pin is $43 on Amazon. Plus, now if I go in through my account, I don't have Prime, so what's like probably less than $8 for shipping. So like $53 I can probably get me. It's not terrible. Now I still have I've got wools available. I've got mohair available. I've got some chunkies available still.
Nope, I am not going down the Temu rabbit hole again.
Temu tried to suck me in the other day. They were like, "Oh, if you claim this coupon for whatever, we'll give you a coupon for $120 and plus 3 prizes." But I'm like, nope, you're not doing it.
Yeah, but you gotta spend that much in order to get it, though.
I know, that's why I was like, I'm not doing it. But I also noticed that Temu is allowing payment.
Get what I'm after. Because, I ended up there until like 2 o'clock this morning because I got lost and I couldn't find my way back home.
See, Mary, yes, you understand. Because even today, now granted, I did not purchase any yarn on my behalf for myself, but I did have to stop and look. Like as I was going past Goodwill, I'm like, what's off? And if they had it, I would have bought it. But, like I said, one, I call it rescuing. 2, it needs to be in my possession.
You know what's absolutely
what, Annie?
Is when your sister comes over in your various baskets that you got projects in, and she's looking through them, and she goes, scissors, tape measure, tapestry needle. Why is there a hairband in here? And I was like, so I can get my hair out of my face.
Right? And nail file.
Yeah, I always keep an emery board.
Jeanette says, I can be honest, it's my yarn family that has been there for me, and we will continue to be.
Yes,
All of
Yarn
us will. I know
family
we
is
all will.
the best family.
And actually,
It's
Mary,
speaking
if I can get somewhere on this hat,
You're getting there.
we're gonna put
Looking
it
fine.
down, and we're going to play with yarn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 totes in here that I need to go through because I need to separate my cottons and the natural, the non-wool, and all those other, something that's not acrylic, but it's like an all cotton box or cotton bamboo box. But I'm doing going to try to do monthly subscription boxes. So I've got to go through and separate.
Well, all of my wool and wool filled yarns, like they're in the dresser, and that keeps them separated from my cottons and my acrylics. That way, if I send somebody cotton or acrylic that is allergic to the wool-like ones, it's not been rubbing together.
The only ones that I would like, my mohair, my wool. I lie. All my wool touches everybody. My mohair does not. I keep my mohair in a bag, separated for everybody else. But my wool, yeah, that is guaranteed. But that's only because, like, a lot of the yarn that I purchased in totes from other people.
Yeah.
So that's why it is still mixed and I haven't gone through it. Or I've gone through it to pull out just the stuff that I might be selling immediately that I knew I was going to sell. And then I just thrown stuff on top of it. But since I was in my daughter's room, I can actually use her bed. It's like the biggest clear space in the house. And I don't have to, like, immediately move it. I was just going to dump out the totes and...
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca. Yes, say no to animal products. Animal byproducts, exactly. And that's the best way to put it, Chris. So thank you for putting it that way. So no animal products or acrylic.
Honestly, I mean, I had someone from PETA that I had a conversation with about wool. And I was like, do you understand that if they did not shear the sheep, how uncomfortable their lives would be?
Well, they would
how
also
much
die.
weight that is pulling on their skin.
Oh my God, just, yeah, all the way around.
Well, they did it for centuries and nobody, I was like, no, they've been using wool for centuries. And I was like, it's good for the sheep to be sheared. I've seen the misery of an unsheared sheep, and it was horrible. And I felt so sorry for it.
And really quickly, it's still on the yarn subject. So I have a plethora of scrap yarn, which isn't scrap yarn. You can use it for amigurumi, measles, hoopla, whatever. You can use it for anything. But I was going to cake some of it up and kind of make my own little cake. Depending on what it was, would people buy that, in your opinion? Like a mix.
You'd be surprised, but you can't mix the fibers.
Not the fibers, but more like, just the colors and even maybe.
Yeah, I mean,
like
I do that just as I go. When I have a little bit, I make a ball and I add to it until I have a giant ball. And then I make things like my scrapping crime blanket.
Oh, I dyed my first yarn last night, guys. I don't.
Oh, yeah. How did that turn out?
Now, okay, Brit dye stuff or yarn. Let's throw that out there. It's nowhere near as vibrant as, like, yarn dye. But my yellow wasn't going to come out, so I just overlaid it with my red. So there's a little more red that I wanted.
Come out as yellow as you want, you need to add turmeric to it, and that will make it more yellow.
Now you say something, Annie.
But you didn't ask. Why didn't you ask?
You were with your sister. I couldn't.
You could have messaged me privately.
So I will grab it here in a second.
She said she felt much better after we talked. I'm glad. Okay, Chris, I have to tell you this. Silk is not an animal byproduct. It is an insect byproduct, so it doesn't count.
And damn it, I'm going to have to go finish that round too. But so far, minus my ponytail because it messes up ponytail.
No, actually, that'll give a better with your ponytail because you got a small head, so that'll give you a better. Yeah, that's fine. That's
It
probably
actually
a 22.
that feels real nice, actually.
Yeah, that's good.
So this was a ball of yarn that I got for 50 cents.
I almost let you.
I said for 50 cents, that'd be a nice hat, huh?
And see how happy that's going to make that 50 cents. It's going to make somebody.
And there is one hat that I am removing from my donation, and I'm keeping a hold of. But I'll just make
just have to make another one.
Yeah, it's just because of the yarn itself. After much thought.
Case, yes, people will buy scrap balls.
Oh, okay.
I have actually went into like little shops and stuff. What do you call them? Thrift stores.
Yeah.
We have one called Paws and Claws. It's
I like it.
Well, all the donations go back to the animal shelter in the area. So they Paws, Claws,
I like that a lot.
And I will go in there and buy their scrap yarn balls that they have. So people will pay for it.
Wake up.
What?
You gonna drink some of that?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? You take too many fucking pills today.
Did I what?
Take too many fucking pills today.
No.
Oh, that's sleep when I come back. Sleep when I come back.
Larry says, and spider comes from spider. They take the spider with a stick and roll it up from the spider.
Well, silk is from a worm, not a spider. I have never seen spider silk.
Well, silk is actually from the cocoon
of the worm. Yeah,
of the worm.
Yeah,
but it's still a worm. It's not a spider. Because now I ain't touching spider silk. Nope. Don't want nothing to do no spiders.
You know how strong spider silk is, though?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're out again. Your earpiece.
What?
That looks cool. Are you going to put a pom-pom on that?
And it'll be
Maybe.
reversible.
Yeah, it's reversible.
Way to go. That's awesome. Awesome.
See? Dark blue with a white brim. Light blue with a white brim.
Cool.
Yay.
That's a neat idea. Yeah, well, they can keep that spider silk, Larry. Ew. Ick.
Ick. Ick.
Ick.
The golden, what is it? Golden weaver spider has the strongest.
Gold.
You know they can actually catch birds in their webs.
Yeah, the golden orb. What is
Yes.
it? Golden orb weaver or something like that.
I like the trapdoor spiders too. Now I'm saying on video. I don't want to see one in real life.
See, no, I like some spiders.
I'll watch them on a video. I don't want to see them in real life. I know they're necessary. I try not to kill them if I don't have to, but I really don't want them in my house. Especially I will tell you, brown recluse. I've seen brown recluse bites. I will kill every one I see.
Unfortunately, this house is infested with them.
You know that they will turn necrotic and they will rot your flesh?
Yes. Some people have reactions to them. Not all people have reactions to them.
I have a friend of mine. She still has a really deep, like a canyon in her calf where she got bit, and it went necrotic.
Well, the bad thing that sucks is there's a company that comes out once every 3 months and does stuff that is supposed to be for the brown recluse, but and still I don't kill them. I will pick her up and put her outside and take her up back and drop her off only if it's warm. Yeah, it's stupid. I don't even kill mosquitoes, guys. Like, I freaking put a mosquito back outside yesterday.
Mary Webb, yes, John does learn very quickly. He picks things up really fast.
Yep.
It just takes me a long time to do it, though.
No, really, it did not take you that long to do that. That's about 30 minutes.
No. But to actually finish projects, though, is what takes me a while to do.
Hey,
You just
Jonathan,
finished it?
welcome in. You got a live going on tonight, Jonathan?
Hey, Jonathan.
Usually you go live on Sunday, so I'm curious. Well, clearly. And if you are, do you have somebody up on the panel? Just being nosy now. And I'm glad to see that you've gotten that other part of the show up and going, because I've been a slacker and not been able to help out. Like I said, I would.
Actually, I can't put a pom-pom on because then it wouldn't be reversible.
Here's what you do. Yes, you can.
Put a button.
Put a button on it. So you can unbutton it, reverse it, and button it back on.
Yep. Yeah,
And
and
what I
a
would do
button on
is
the top.
both the two colors of blues and the white. Use all of those colors in your pom-pom. But yes, you certainly can.
Curious. Only
George?
because I'm just trying to figure out if we are going to break for the show. I'll start going through some of my yarns, and that way on the second half I can come back and try to make enough money for a central. Because now I have a case of the FOMO.
Charlotte Brown says,
Okay.
nice, John.
So have you gone over to Amazon or Temu yet?
No.
I believe Connie has a premiere tonight, Chris. I'm pretty sure her Sundays are premieres.
Which I did my first premiere yesterday, guys. So if you haven't taken it steps by to go check that out, and it's like 3 minutes and 15 seconds. I was just playing around with it because Connie had told us how to do it, and I didn't want to forget how to do it. So I'm a hands-on kind of person. So it only really sticks in my brain if I've actually done it. So I had to do it so that way it sticks.
Joe poofed. When did
Miss
Joe
Tammy,
poof?
she poofed a while ago. Yeah. And actually, I thought it was Tracy that poofed, and it wasn't Tracy. I'm selling some yarn. Unfortunately, one, because I want to be greedy and buy a Centro that I don't have the money to be purchasing. So if I sell my yarn, then I make it feel like I'm a little more justified to buy it. But if I sell enough, then it can kind of go towards me not having to DoorDash that much this week. So. Doing this whole 3-job thing really sucks. It's like still working 3 jobs.
Fingers
still
that
can't make
the rain don't start before I have to drive. I don't give a shit after I come home, but I really don't want to drive in the rain at night.
So far, it's just been sprinkled today.
Yeah, it's not really even a sprinkle. It's more like a mist.
Miss Tammy, I will have all sorts of yarn, from some vintage yarn that we've never heard of. Mary, am I single? No, I am not. Nope. Sometimes I think differently, but no, not technically. Sometimes almost more roommate-ish. But yeah, I'll have quite a bit of variety. I'll have chunky yarns. I'll have one weight. I'll have some threads, acrylic, wool, mohair. And curious, Mary, why'd you ask? I'm just curious. No one being nosy. But yeah, I'll have all kinds available. And then I actually will be sending out my first non-animal product subscription box to Miss Chris K. So I started offering the No Animal Products subscription yarn box because it seems like it doesn't exist really. And if so, I mean, you're paying like 7 arms and 2 legs for bougie yarn. So this is, different yarn that maybe some people, one, can't get their hands on, and 2, stuff that I really don't need. You mentioned working 3 jobs, made me think, yeah, yep, I do. Yep. So Monday through Thursday, I work at an office for a chiropractor. Wednesdays and Fridays, I work in a warehouse driving a forklift. And in the evenings, which I haven't done since like Valentine's Day because I switched over to my business, I DoorDash. And then I also I'm trying to get a little small home baking business going. And YouTube. So I just say little entrepreneur. So it's called None of Them Pay Enough. Otherwise, I wouldn't have to work all 3 of them, unfortunately.
Can you believe I just made 2 hats in 3
Yeah.
hours? Well, technically 3 hats because one's reversible.
And very nicely, too.
I got yarn scrap.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily have to do the 3 jobs if I didn't have to. I recently have acquired a car payment with ridiculously higher priced car insurance. So.
Jamie says, Jazz is hard. I had 2 jobs. The second, the company went under. The first one is now only giving me 4 hours a week. Wow.
See, that I understand that. So, Tammy, that's why I jumped ship on. So, the 2 jobs that I'm currently working at, honestly, I've been familiar with them for 11 years. 7 years ago, I worked for the chiropractor for part-time, and then I worked part-time at the warehouse as well. But at the time, I wasn't working in the warehouse. I was running their website, which is completely different. Did that for about a year and a half, and then they learned really, really fast that I don't sit well. And if I don't have work to do, again, I don't sit well. And running the web page was nothing. It was like if you're done with your actual work, then unless something breaks, you have nothing to do. So they put me back down in the warehouse. Well, I've pretty much done almost every position in the company, and it got to the point now I'm their forklift driver. And I was like, you guys aren't going to ever pay me. And I kept holding out because things, COVID happened, and it's actually a Christian organization, so we deal with a lot of churches. So I gave them a few more years after all of that being their excuse, and they ain't ever going to give me what I should be making after 8 years. So I went back to the chiropractor. Well, my chiropractor, all throughout those years, kept on would text me throughout the years asking me if I was ready to come back yet. You ready to come back yet? You ready to come back yet? And at the time, having, unlimited time off, and there were some perks to it, but so then I went back to the chiropractor. And then when I'm not at the chiropractor, I work at the warehouse. A little change of pace.
And I'm back again.
Hi, we missed you. I did anyway.
Go shut the door. Check the fire because it's going to go down in the 30s tonight.
But needless to say, that second job, they're going to end up folding, and there's been a lot of shady stuff happen, and that's why it's like, yeah, let me go ahead and cut my ties. I mean, since COVID, in my stocks and my shares, I've lost like 10 grand with the company. So, and I told him recently that if I didn't get a raise, this was my last season with them too. And I'm like, it's almost costing me to work there. I'm like, I'm not paying to work for you people. But in the meantime, until anything changes, I can only do what I can do. And I can sell yarn and strawberries and cupcakes, which, Annie, I have sold 16 of their chocolate covered strawberries that look like carrots. They're going to be like in pot, but the pot is chocolate with a cupcake in it.
That's cool.
We're gonna do it live. Let me see if I can find it real fast. I didn't think I'd actually sell many of them. So they're going to be so cute.
You really need to put some flyers up in bougier places, with people with bucks.
Yes, I do.
People think that's mean, but that's where the money is, because that's the people that want things like that but don't want to go to the trouble to make them themselves. So they're willing to get someone else put to work in. Although, there are those of us who are just not artistic and can't do things like, well, I'm sure you could if you tried.
Tammy says, I'm a personal support worker looking after people who were in motor vehicle accidents and elderly people staying home.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Awesome. I actually, because I'm a workaholic, one of my patients, possibly I might become their personal assistant, which is scary because they could run my ass off, but I have a feeling they'll pay. And in that case, I don't care what you do.
That's what they call us here as personal assistants. We used to be called caregivers, but now they call us personal assistants. I don't know why. Doing the same work.
Chris, to be honest, I do not have anything planned for the Picasso. I've already made a hat out of the Picasso, but I only got it because I will never be able to order from Ice Yarns and could not beat the price. So that's why I got the Picasso. And it's actually very lovely yarn to work with. And to be 100, it's not as soft as I thought it would be for what it is, but it is nice yarn. So, God bless you. Stop it. So this is what I'll be making. So it's actually a chocolate pot. They use mousse. I'm going to use a chocolate cupcake. So I'm going to make a little pot. That's going to be cupcake. Where the mousse is, that's going to be cupcake. Carrot, strawberry.
Oh. Yeah, I'd be good with the cupcake.
Okay, Annie.
What?
Annie, how many rows of waste yarn do you put on?
I use 4.
So I'm watching one right now. She says she uses 7.
I use 4 rows of waste yarn, and I recycle it. Like when I get done with one, I just use it for the next one. I don't throw it away.
Yeah, well, I was just going to ask that. So, but you
Like
could
5
reuse it
times
again and
before-
again and again.
Yeah, about 5 times, and then it becomes too fuzzy. Wow.
Look from Sarah.
Thank you,
Mind
Sarah.
you, Sarah made her first ever hat for Happy Hat. First time ever making a hat since
Yeah.
a Happy Hat.
Now she's addicted. Hats are addicting to make. They really are.
Where were you 2 hours ago when I showed that picture, Jess? I know she was doing
Busy.
an amazing job, right? I know. You've been busy. I showed everybody's hats that were on there.
Yep. Except
Joe's
mine
like,
because I don't
because
have
Joe
mine.
was like, yeah, and he's like, well, mine aren't up there yet. And I'm like, even Joe's got one on there.
Damn, Jesse's too. Jesse, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I love you guys. You guys are rock stars. I love my peeps. I love my peeps. Y'all are rock stars. And thank you, Miss Tammy. And by the way, I can ship most of my products. I've got to make dinner rolls too coming up. Somebody ordered some dinner rolls for their Easter event. I love them.
Oh, there's a man outfit I can crochet. Isn't that a sexy shirt?
Said no one ever.
I could be a Templar Knight.
All I have to say is,
Oh, and then
As good as that.
hopefully by tomorrow I will have.
if you're a
work
cosplayer, I
out.
could see doing something like that. But just to me, if that's not for a specific reason for a costume, it just seems like a waste of yarn. My opinion, again, just my opinion. Tammy says not to Canada. The border won't let it come in here.
Yes, within reason. Actually, no, because it's a homemade product.
Look at those cool shark slippers. Look at those cool shark slippers.
Now,
There are some things
I'd wear
that I
those.
could ship to you homemade. There are some things that I could get away with. I think chocolate is one of the harder things to get over the border. Homemade chocolate. No, homemade goods with chocolate. If that makes sense. But some of it I could.
It's been a very long, short day.
My marshmallows I could.
Yeah, the marshmallows that I never got. I mean, I can make my own homemade marshmallows, but it doesn't mean the same as somebody else making them for you.
Some for right? Well, no, I'll have my eggs. I've got to make my chocolate marshmallow eggs.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, they're so good.
Marshmallow eggs and hot coffee. I'm telling you, there's nothing.
Oh, just set it right on top.
No, I see. I mean, yeah, for you all, but I don't like sweet coffee, and it just that's what's holding me back on that frothy coffee is because I know it's going to be sweet. But my sister's like, I'll come down. She said, you'll make one. If you don't like it, she said, then I can drink it.
So I can make it not really sweet for you by using honey.
Oh, I could use honey. I have
So
honey.
so just whip up the honey because the honey is just going to help.
Is that the one I showed you, the video I showed you with the whipped honey? And I said it would be good for the frothy coffee?
Yep, it's the same thing. So go ahead and whip up your honey first and then add your instant coffee to the honey with just a little bit of water and then re-whip it.
I'll try it like that.
And it will just help take the bitterness away.
Bill every once in a while because he likes it on his toast and biscuits.
So it will still do the
for a while. And he said his dad, you know how you make your marshmallows, right? He said his dad would boil the honey and whip it like you do for marshmallows instead of doing the sugar. And he said he would make honey marshmallows.
I'm doing it.
And he said,
do it.
Just,
we have to do it. We have to do it.
I was like that. And he goes, yeah. He said, how do you think they made honey before they had cane sugar or marshmallows before they had cane sugar. And I was like, did they have marshmallows before they had cane sugar? And he's like, I don't know. All I know is my dad used to make it. His dad was a really good baker like he is. He wasn't much of a cook, but he was a good baker. Bill is not much of a cook, but he's an excellent baker. The best bread. Man, his dinner rolls are.
I like sweetened coffee, but I don't like it to take over the flavor of coffee because I love coffee.
Now, see me, if I want a flavored coffee, I'll put a pinch of cinnamon in my coffee grounds. Occasionally, a pinch of nutmeg through the holidays for something special. I do not like the flavor of hazelnut. I do not even like hazelnuts, period. And almost all of your creamer have a hazelnut flavor. I don't care what flavor they are. You can still taste the hazelnut where it's made in the same place. Which everybody's crazy, but I know what I can taste.
Try the Italian sweet cream.
The what?
It's the only one that I can do. Italian sweet cream. It's the only one that doesn't have that hazelnut flavor because I am not a fan of hazelnut. I do not like Nutella. I don't like the Ferrero Rochers. I don't like hazelnut.
I can eat Nutella in very small amounts. I can't, like to make like a sandwich or to put it on toast or something. No, that's too much. A little tiny bit.
And just like that, have you tried that cookie spread by Biscoff?
No.
It's kind of like Nutella, but it's supposed to be like.
Biscoff butter. Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've never tried it.
Tastes just like hazelnut, damn it. I'm like,
I'm not. Now, my sister loves hazelnut, everything. My son, he was like, oh, Mom, let me make you some pressed coffee. Not telling me that it was hazelnut flavored coffee. Because he loves his coffee press. I bought him a coffee maker for Christmas, and he said he still uses his coffee press every morning. I was like, the coffee maker was so you didn't have to mess with it first thing in the morning. But he said the coffee press, and I'll give him that. It does make a better cup of coffee.
Even cold coffee.
Yeah.
So if you, I've got a cold coffee press that I put in the refrigerator, and if you let it sit for 24 hours, oh my gosh, it is so smooth that I can just
press. I'm sorry, I'm calling it a coffee press, but it's called a French press.
Yep.
He bought me one for Christmas 2 years ago. He's like, here, Mom, I got you something. And those are also nice, like when the power's out. And I just want one cup of coffee. And I mean, I have a camp pot where I can make a whole pot, but I can just heat me some water up on the wood burner or the grill and make me some pressed coffee.
Chris says, so my tablespoon of Nutella is a no-no for you two.
Yes.
Yes. Can I have peanut butter?
Tracy, are you awake? Tracy.
No, she'll sleep again.
Yep. Yeah. Is she muted?
No, I unmuted her.
Okay. So she fell asleep again.
Yeah. I only mute her just for the background. Just for her privacy.
Yeah, Chris K, I'm more apt to be a tablespoon of peanut butter.
Yep.
Or
into peanut butter.
Or and if you've never tried this, you got to try it. You have to make it homemade. I don't think that you can buy pistachio butter commercially, but pistachio butter is amazing. Yum, yum.
That sounds really good.
I love pistachios in any form.
Pistachios and cashews are my go-to.
Yes, cashews
I like
are
the soft
nut than pistachios.
It's the soft nut.
After I have my gallbladder out, I have to be real, because I would literally, I know it sounds horrible, sit down and eat an entire can of cashews if they were beside me. I learned to just get just a little bit and put it in a small dish and put the can away out of sight.
I can't keep it by me, so I'll keep eating them.
Yeah.
But I come to find out, apparently I'm allergic to almonds. So I'm kind of glad I wasn't a fan of them.
See, I don't like almonds either. I think almonds are very, very bitter.
Pineapple and banana. Like, is that a weird stuff to be afraid of or be allergic to? Allergic to? almonds, pineapples, and bananas. Well,
Chris K, I have heard of cookie butter. It's another thing I've never tasted.
that's what the Biscoff kind of stuff is.
Okay.
It's like cookie butter.
Now,
and
I would probably like it. I've just never tasted it. Yes,
I mean, I don't understand the why. I can just make my own cookie batter.
you just have to leave the raw egg out.
Oh, no, put the eggs in it. You'll be fine. It's protein.
Don't eat raw eggs.
Well, especially if they're farm fresh eggs.
Now, if they're processed in some way, whipped, so that it's because when you whip eggs, you're actually cooking them from the heat from the whipping. If you feel the outside of your bowl, you can feel it warm up. So it's actually they're being processed, they're being cooked, just not with heat.
To an extent, right?
It was like I was showing my sister. She said that you couldn't. I was like, I can cook fish without heat, and she said, no, you can't. And I said, yes, you can. What do you do? I said, lemon juice. I said, lemon juice will cook salmon in the refrigerator. And I showed her and I proved it to her. And she goes, how? And I said, the acid. The acid cooks the meat. It creates heat. Is it
so what video is
aged salmon? No. Yeah, I use it when I'm making I do salmon salad, like a lot of people do tuna salad.
Yeah.
And so I will put my salmon in a bag with lemon juice, leave it in there overnight, sometimes a little longer, flake it. You can press it and see whether or not it's cooked. You can steam it
easily, yeah.
Completely cooked to your comfort level. And then you just make it like you do tuna salad, but you use salmon, and it's really good on Ritz crackers. Very rich, though. Don't want to eat a whole lot of it because it will make you sick because it is very, very rich. But I am a huge tuna. I love fish, except for I don't like shark. I don't like halibut. Halibut's very straight. Everybody says halibut's very mild. I think halibut's strong.
It is.
Don't want perch anywhere near me. I can't even stand the smell of perch. When it's
I like crappie. Crappie is to me like the cleanest fish. Is crappie.
I like trout. I like bass.
Asian carp's pretty good, honestly.
Well,
people call it a junk fish. We've got to learn how to
but not now because the pollution has gotten such that when you pull them up and they have big oozing open sores on them, kind of turns you off wanting to eat them.
Oh yeah, that's not bueno.
And then when the health department says you can eat fish from the river once a month safely, and if they're going to tell me that I can only safely eat it in any amount, I'm going like, no, that's not safe for me to eat. They literally had a guy that had a car, went off the bridge in the Ohio River. They were diving down trying to get the guy's body from the car because he drowned in the car. So when the diver went down, he came back up. He got back on the boat, took off his flippers, took off his tanks, stripped out, and told him he would never go in the water again. And he said there are monster catfish in the Ohio River. Horrible, disfigured fish from all of the contaminants in the river now. And that is sad because growing up, we always river fished.
Right.
Yeah, when it scares a diver enough to say he's never going back in the water, and he'd been a diver for like 20-some years.
Hey, talking about diving, do you know why divers go off the boat backwards?
Has to do with air bubbles, doesn't it?
No, it's because otherwise they just fall right into the boat.
Oh, God. Did you say my jokes are bad?
True fact. It's true fact.
I didn't get a chance to tell Joe and Connie that I probably won't be here tomorrow because I have to go to the bank and shopping tomorrow. The larders are bare.
And it looks like Connie's premiere is at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time this evening.
Yeah, I'll miss it tonight because I'll be on the road. By the time I get home, it'll be over.
And it looks like Juan is already alive. So Juan, and then Mishi comes on, what, in an hour?
Yep. So what would you like to
And then
do,
Laura.
Jess, for the rest of the day?
What?
What would you like to do for the rest of the day?
I'm going to be crocheting, and once we're finished with this portion of the live, I'm going to put my hat down and play with yarn. So that way, when we return, I have yarn that I could hopefully potentially sell to some luckily wonderful waiting yarn buyers. So other than that, I don't know. Why are you asking? What do you have planned for the rest of your day?
I got supper to go to right now.
So yeah, we will take a little intermission, and yeah, we will return.
When the cough syrup's wearing off. Because then I start coughing again.
So take a little hiatus until about 8:30, 45-ish, depending on when Chinese summer starts from there, I assume. And we will return. So about an hour and a half.
Well, if y'all are still alive when I get back from taking him to work, I will see you then. If not, I will see you tomorrow.
So,
all right,
Annie.
Yes.
I was just watching a video on an Addy, and this actually makes sense. See how I colored that one peg off?
Yeah.
So you know where your start one is.
Yes. Did you come already colored?
No. So it's all my pins are white except for the one which is black, which is my number one is black.
Yeah.
It came black, but the thing is as you're going through, it's a lot harder to see. Well, at eye level, instead of saying over top of it. Whereas this one, like you can see it that is black, so I know where it's going to be at, right?
I also take a permanent marker and mark my one with a permanent marker. The around the edges, the numbers are there, the embossed. Yeah, I hit it with a black or red permanent marker, and that way that also gives you a visual cue.
But I noticed that the Addy has a lot more extra stuff to it. The Addy pins are reversed from the centro; they go backwards, and they actually have little hooks that hold your yarn in place on it. It's got a locking on top for your yarn to sit into. It seems a lot smoother, but it sounds louder though.
Those have clips on them as well.
No, but the Addy actually has like clips that actually hook your yarn right in place when it goes pulls down. It's got like feet like that.
It should too. Look at it. Turn it. Watch.
I'm looking at it, but it doesn't have it. Like the Addies is just a different style. I'm saying,
yes,
like
the
Addy is
when you're turning it, you'll have a little piece that comes up and locks the stitch on the hook. Turn it while you're watching it and look. They are on there. Here, Anthony. Thank you, dear. Love you. Well, to you too.
This is actually a simple concept. I'm actually looking at it right now. Because if you notice on the inside here, it's got this little pyramid right here.
Yeah.
So basically, all it is these teeth ride along a gear on the bottom as you're spinning it, and they ride up the pyramid. They ride up.
Excuse me.
That's where it rides up, right? They ride up on the pyramid and then drop back down.
Yeah.
They're making a lot of money on these things.
Yes, they do make a lot of money on them.
Now I gotta get the other two sizes.
I am thinking about getting me a 20 pin to make socks with. I've got a lot of sock yarn.
And preemie hats.
Which you can also use sock yarn for.
And then if you get the bigger, the 48 one, it's great for making sweaters and cardigans and everything else it says.
I don't know that I would make a sweater. I mean, I've seen those. I've seen them
Well,
make
because
sweaters with them.
even when you crochet, you're basically doing it all on panels anyway and sewing them all together. Same
Yeah.
concept. So just do your arms, the 2 arms, 2 front panels, 2 back panels. Stitch it all
Did you
together.
see? You probably haven't. There's a video where you make the hat on the Addy, and then you attach granny squares around the bottom edge to make a baklava.
Baklava. I like baklava.
Baklava.
Balaclava.
Baklava is a dessert. I know. I meant baklava.
Balaclava.
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 Balaclava. Okay.
Yes.
I can't pronounce all the words, just most of them.
A hooded hat. Balaclava. And I still don't know why they sell balaclavas in freaking California. Because the only people that are buying them are bank
robbers.
Yeah, bank robbers are the only people buying them. If you're selling them to people, you know they're going to rob a bank. Do the math on it.
And they're only selling black ones because they never wear white or pink or blue.
Exactly. Right?
I mean, when was the last time you seen a bank robber wearing a pink baklava? Say the word.
Balaclava. Balaclava.
You ever seen wearing a pink one? No. They're always black. Because black means evil. I mean, that's the perception most people have of black. Unless, you're from West Virginia, and then you're just a dumbass and wrap frickin' duct tape around your head. Did y'all ever hear about that story? Yeah. He didn't have a balaclava, so he used duct tape and wrapped duct tape all the way around his head and on his face. When they caught him, it took them like 2 days to get the duct tape off his skin without ripping his skin off of his face. He's got scars all over his face.
What an idiot.
And his neck. Why he wrapped it around his neck is beyond me. I mean, if you're going to do that, you put baby oil on your skin first so the tape doesn't stick to your skin.
What an idiot.
Yeah, that's why they made the dumbest crook news. And they weren't even successful because everybody was laughing at him so hard. He didn't get anything.
Here you go. Here's a picture of Rita Ora while she was robbing a bank.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
From
pink
the U.S.?
balaclava, pink balaclava, white camouflage, friggin'
yeah, she don't stick out like a sore thumb or nothing.
Yeah, Lululemon pants, white windbreaker.
Me, she is live.
All right, everybody. So we're gonna take a break then.
Sure, yeah.
You gonna do some yarn when you come back, or?
We'll do some yarny stuff till I have to wake him up, and then I'll be on the road. And I guess, like I said, if y'all are on, I'll see you when I get back. If not, I will see you tomorrow.
Annie, if you want, I can open up the Hangouts and meet you there.
You do that.
I'll be just sitting here playing with yarn. So.
That's all I'm gonna be doing.
When? Tonight?
Watching.
When you end this.
Tomorrow.
When we end this, I'm gonna go rehydrate, and then open up the Hangout for a little bit.
Let me know when.
Absolutely will.
Okie
I'll join the Hangout.
Night, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all later.